welcome to Isfjell's first session here on McStabber Studios. McStabber Studios? I always forget if it's an S. And before we begin, I know we've seen a bit of a recap of what's been going on so far, but I'm going to give a bit of a recap of what happened since our heroes set off into towards the forest. And guys, just give a wave when your name comes up. So after our 5 heroes had formed a temporary truce with the Gith, they set off back to Trelbro, giving a lift to the Earl of Trelbro, Crisara's favourite man ever. They have a long history which involves Crisara demanding him give her a boat and him saying no. She already has a boat. And after that, they headed back to Salisbury and found it frozen over because they'd left their ice fairy Olwyn there. And the end result was a lot of snow. But while they were picking up Olwyn and declining to sort out the rats in the barn, because they're apparently too good for the rats in the barn, Aldous nipped over to Felix's house, got in a little bit of an argument about potions and spell books, and killed someone. She killed a Lanthorus. Felix was very upset. Adair turned into a bear. Doors were broken down.
Tiss, we've got a slight interruption after you mentioned the bear breaking into the building.
Okay.
As in, we have not heard anything from you since, and you are currently frozen like this.
And I need a screenshot of that freeze because it's just perfect expression. Okay.
It's a classic face. Can you hear me? Just let me know when you can hear me again. Someone else pick up the rest of the story.
We can hear you now. Your video's a little delayed, but we can hear you now.
The wonderful world of technical difficulties.
She's on the wrong side of the ocean from the rest of us. That's the problem.
I'm on the correct side of the ocean. It's you lot that did it wrong. But yes, they headed down to Ulfborg. They taking Olwyn with them this time, as well as Crisara's sister Amalia, who has been tagging along with them for this journey, much to her displeasure, because she didn't really want to come along, and now she's been kidnapped by her sister, essentially, at this point. She had a nice thing going back with Aldous' brother back in the north, but no, you got to take her along with you on your murder journey. Yes, they had a message from Adair's mentor and headed into the forest. And that's why things got a little out of hand and a little strange. They met a furball covered in fungus, who was one of our guest players, and started the first of their wandering around old Illithid ruins and ancient temples, part of the adventure, which caused several problems and resulted in Ira first being possessed by a brain of an ancient elven rogue, and then being dead for a while. Luckily, the party met up with a blood hunter called Uno, and they made their way to the Druid Grove of Tiathnara, which is where they are now, having spent some time relaxing. Uno learnt to swim, then set off on great adventures. Aldous learnt rituals. Adair met up with his mentor Herion briefly, and Herion was incredibly annoying, I think. That's what I was going for. Good. And we pick up the morning after the grand ceremony that brought Ira back. And I think I forgot to actually say roll the trailer, but yeah, once we get back, we'll be picking up that morning afterwards. I think that sums everything up. I've probably forgotten some important part of the introduction.
All right, I'm going to roll the trailer, and there is
a request. I never
write
these things down properly.
There is a request to raise your volume just a tad. So
Before there was light, there was darkness. Before there was an endless war between the gods and their enemies. A war the gods could not win. Till a champion arose, wielding a weapon of otherworldly power. The war was won, the enemy banished, but the weapon was shattered, its fragments scattered across the new formed world. Now, thousands of years later, many seek the fragments of that long-lost weapon. Among them, our 5 brave heroes. The druid, troubled by dreams and his own temper. The blacksmith turned warrior in search of revenge. The raider, determined to protect her friends and her growing family. The traveller from a distant land, guardian of those down on their luck. And the girl willing to sell her soul for a taste of adventure. Their hunt will take them to distant and dangerous lands, far beyond the borders of Isfjell. So, it is the sun rises in the forest. You are in the almost sickeningly delightful Druid Grove of Tirthnara. Flowers blooming beneath the trees, butterflies fluttering in beams of sunlight down through the gaps in the leaves. And the 5 of you wake, including, of course, the no longer dead Ira. Now, up to you guys what you'd spent the last night doing after getting Ira back. Although on past experience of the party, I suspect Ale may or may not have been involved. So
I assume at some point we need to wash the maggots and stuff off that had gathered on Ira's dead body as well. So.
She is maggot free. Surprisingly, Ira physically good as new. Like
physically. Uh-oh.
Physically.
Uh-oh.
As to what effects having your brain eaten by a horrible monster then being dead for a while have had on you otherwise, well,
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
It'll be
On
fun.
this episode of Isfjell. Or maybe another one. Maybe not this one. Who knows?
So, as you wake, what would you like to do?
So Torvald would have been trying to keep an eye on Ira, not wanting to lose her again. He would have just kind of, just been very protective. And I think we decided to go to bed, right?
Yeah. This is the next morning.
Okay, yeah.
So we got a full rest, right?
Yes, you've had a long rest.
Is Torvald the big
You already
spoon
had a
or the
long
little
rest.
spoon?
You've had like a week's long rest. Like you are well
I'm
rested.
just being sure because I didn't take the full rest in the character sheet.
Is Torvald the little spoon or the big spoon?
Well, I would
Little
imagine he'd be
The little spoon?
little spoon.
Little spoon.
Considering the size. I don't know. He might want to be a little jetpack. You never
Welcome.
know.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to give you. For those of you used to the very dark seriousness of Vampire
Oh, yes.
and Black Death, I forgot to give you the Isfjell puns and silliness warning.
Lots of
Anyway,
lots of it.
I don't know. This is a tough decision to make. You might need to give me some time here. I don't know. This is a vital character.
Okay.
Roll for it. Roll
this-
Roll
for
for it.
All right.
Roll
Evans is
for
the
it.
little spoon.
All right. What's the DC on being Little Spoon?
Evens. Evens.
Evens.
2s, 4s,
Evens.
and 6s.
I was going to say, little spoon, you have advantage.
I'll roll
All right.
for Ira and see
So
if
odds
it's
is Little
compatible.
Spoon. Evens is Big Spoon. And the 7. So Little Spoon.
I also got little spoon. Oh no.
You guys take turns.
You take turns.
Just
Well, we
spend
can't
the whole
both
night.
roll for
They're
it.
spending the
can do
whole
both.
night rolling over each other. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
We know what
take it
they're
slow.
doing.
Take it slow.
The
But yeah.
Kosara maneuver. Yes.
I totally taught them that. Sorry, guys. Because you had to listen to it all night. Whoops.
So Torvald wakes up with Ira's arms around him, and he just kind of like looks down and sees that her arm's still there, and you just see this big old smile on his face, and he just like closes his eyes, pretend to keep sleeping, just enjoying every minute of it.
Right. So, just a little reminder, and I know there's some debate about it earlier. Who does have the sending stones?
I have
Torvald has one of them,
one.
but it's the one that we found when we
Yeah. So Torvald,
stole our boat.
as you're lying there in this, it's the first time I try how these rocks work, and I think I'm going to go with it.
Please
You
tell
hear
me
a-
it plays the Nokia tone.
you hear the wherever whatever pocket you put this small stone in, you hear. Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum.
Ira,
Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum.
do you hear that?
Hmm?
Are you hearing that noise, or is it just me?
Diddle-dum-dum,
Yes.
diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum.
It's quite peaceful, don't you think? It's like a little lullaby.
There's something about it. Doesn't sit right with me. Not sure what it is.
Well, I haven't been alive for a little while, so nothing's quite sitting right with me at the moment. So I don't know. It could be anything.
Torvald will grab it from the bag of holding where I imagine it is, somehow interdimensionally making noise, of course. And then he'll take it out,
Magic.
like put it up to his ear. I don't know.
It's that Torvald.
Flip out part of the stone here. Little... Hello.
Is that Torvald the dwarf? This is
Aye.
Knight Quaith of the Gith. Our ship repairs are complete. We are heading west. Please give rendezvous where we are to meet you. Over.
Well, I'm not really sure where we'd be, but wait. Was Torvald taught how to use the sending stones? I don't remember.
I doubt it. I think I was briefed on it, and I don't know if anyone else was.
I think you have one of the other ones that was given to us as well.
I think we're at 10 words in here.
I
You don't know.
have one that was given to me specifically by the I forget his
The
name.
engineer.
Oh, no.
The engineer,
yes.
yeah, the half elf.
Yes. The one that was like, wow, you listen to me? Amazing. Have a rock.
They said they're heading west. I'm trying to zoom in on the map here. That did not work. Roll20 is not having fun right now.
Put
I'm
the map
still-
in,
I'm still not
in
even in
Discord
it.
if it helps.
That would be so useful.
For all
Yeah,
those
that would
at
be
home.
helpful.
So whilst Torvald is thinking about his response, I'd say at this point, the others of you are probably woken by this very irritating noise from the
Are we all in the same room?
I'd assume so.
similar areas. It's loud, magically loud.
All right, so Torvald would be, we're in the Cuthry Forest in Tirith Nar. Meet us there, I guess. I don't know how many words that was, but it's what, 20?
The file is too big. It will.
Over.
Yeah. Oh. There's a pause because they've used the sending stone for the day, so they can't respond. And then Ira, you hear. Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum-dum.
Oh, this is so fun.
Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
she'll grab it and do the
From
same
your
as
rock.
Torvald did.
So when we get the copyright claim against this and they mute this part of it,
Oh come on! As if my humming could be considered anything accurate to the real tune. I'll use the tunelessness claim of getting out of that.
Ira will go ahead and do the same thing that Ira. Or no, she'll actually just hold it in front of her because she knows that's not necessary. And she'll wait.
Ira, this is. I should really learn to count these things first. Ira,
How's
this
good?
is Varric.
You got mail.
What is TF Nara? I think
Uh.
I've frozen. We're doing so well to get
your
there.
audio's working fine though.
Your audio's working.
Good stuff.
Okay.
We should
What
just
is TF Nara?
we should just screenshot an awkward photo of Tis and
Landmark,
put it in her
please.
butt. New landmark. Okay. TF Nara. I'll like cover the stone so it doesn't like use up my nice. I'll like cover the stone so it doesn't use up my words. And I'll look at Torvald and I'm like, Torvald, I still don't exactly know where I am.
Maybe we say we're northwest of Model Marsh. Not really sure which landmarks they know.
Where are we trying to go?
And from the across the room or wherever I'm at, we're going into the Phalanx.
I concur.
Can the gift come too?
No.
What should I tell them then?
Tell him to screw off.
Whoa.
That's not very polite.
It's early. I don't like that noise. Ugh.
Okay, let's see.
I'm gonna turn to Adair.
Do we know of
Adair,
any landmarks
what's
that are
a good
around here that they
landmark
might know
for
about?
them?
Like, I'm not sure if how much they know, so
Well, we could always take the ship and put it up in the air. That would make a pretty good landmark, I would think.
I mean, bear in
gonna
mind they are
keep
several
it-
hundred miles away if they are where they
Who's gonna
were
keep it in the air?
originally.
If you're going to the Fae, I guess I could do that.
tell them to travel southwest. And
DM, is there a good reference point I could give them in this area? Because the map's a little flat. I could point on the map for them, I guess.
I mean,
Venus Falls.
there's mountains, there's lakes. It depends if you are inviting the gift
I
here.
side
You
with
probably say to look
Ira.
out for the grove, give
Falls.
them a heading. If that's
Venus
where you want
Falls.
them to come.
Venus Falls.
Yeah. We have a
Um,
perfect one, the waterfall.
yeah, exactly.
Falls.
Look for this waterfall that's shaped like a penis, and we'll meet you there.
Are their penises the same?
that's a good point.
I don't know.
That is
I don't know how
wonderful.
their anatomy works.
Say, we didn't have these technical difficulties before.
roll a history check.
Well,
What they look like.
I definitely wouldn't send them directly here because I don't think our hosts would appreciate that very much. So,
No, probably not. Should I send them to your mom?
well, it will
Why?
take us.
Why does everyone think that's funny? What's so funny about your mom?
Send them to your mom.
I suppose we could do that. Then they would probably take a few days to get there. We could take care of Aldous'
What about
trip.
the temple? What about the temple?
Do we
with
really
the-
want to
with the-
send anyone there, especially with the archaeologists there?
I greatly disapprove of that idea.
Well, no, they're there for fighting them, right? If they find some, they can kill them.
I didn't know you felt that badly about the archaeologists.
I wasn't talking about the archaeologists. I was talking about the brains that walk on tentacles.
I mean, I didn't like the archaeologists either.
Considering the brains were the ones that killed me and not the archaeologists, I have bias in this conversation.
We could always point out the pink flames to them.
Aren't they?
I would imagine they're not burning still.
I didn't put them out.
We walk outside and the entire Guthrie forest is burned down.
Whoops.
The forest is not on fire. I believe you did stop the pink fire eventually.
Someone did somehow.
Wait, I thought it was purple, and it went out on its own, I thought.
Either way.
This is
either
the
way.
problem. When this party starts thinking, things go really wrong.
Yeah, so you with Iro's hand over this stone, you're having this whole conversation. Iro, when you looked at your hands, the runes that were glowing on the stone before have stopped glowing now.
No!
You should have gotten more minutes in your plan.
I think it turned off. Are there druids around? Are there like other people?
Not currently. If
Okay.
you want to seek out some of the locals, you can, but they're not currently about.
Well,
Until-
hopefully they'll find out where it is and meet us here, but
Do you think any of your friends can make the stone work again?
I'm sure we could ask around. Have you tried just speaking to it?
Hello.
Nothing happens.
Hello.
Well, anyone of you can make me an Arcana check if you would like. Anyone
well,
who
I'm pretty
thinks
sure we
they-
know they can only be used
I
like
will
once a
do that.
day,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
I will.
I think they told us that.
Arcana.
Well, I got an 18 on Arcana, so...
Yeah, you're very short. They only work once
So
a day.
did
You've
I.
got 25 words.
I covered it with my hands.
mean,
it's not fair.
Once you before
I-
we wanted in like that one did. Usually they just communicate mind in a mystical, druidic manner. These ones are odd.
They're hippies.
I think the last thing they got was penis balls.
Good. That's
All right.
enough.
And we've lost our Tis for a moment.
We'll figure it out.
Aldous is packing up her bag. Like, seriously packing.
So we're going to the Fae.
Yes, my patron wants to speak with all of us. All of us.
Oh, okay.
Does that...
Tis, can I take out the wand?
Yes. So you've
Great.
got this glass wand. The two pieces you've had so far are completely sort of fused together now. So it just looks like one piece.
I have to roll for it.
one end
correct?
finished off, and the other end. Oh yes, I forgot. It's been a while
Bag of
since
withholding.
we had. Yes, that's what you're picturing in your mind as you're attempting to operate the bag.
Since we have a lot
Make
of
me a
new...
persuasion check, please.
Since we have a lot of new audience, somebody want to explain the bag of withholding real quick?
Yes, I'll explain it so fast. So, once upon a time, we were traveling and there was this guy named Fort and this other girl, I forget her name, but she was also crazy. And we were talking and they brought us to a cave and he like kind of wasn't a great guy. We kind of all thought he was a bastard. But it turns out later, I guess, my friends met his sister, crazy. So, we went ahead and we were talking to them and he left us, I don't know if it was on purpose or an accident, he left us this bag that he had. And it's like a bag of holding, like one of those bags that have like a bunch of stuff in it. But this one, mean, not nice, doesn't like to give you your stuff. So you have to open it up. You have to say, hey, Mr. Bag, can I please have my wand? And I get a natural one.
And you have
So
to
I
do a
can't.
persuasion check to try to get into your bag.
And I
Yeah.
got a natural one. So nope.
The bag heard you call it a mean, horrible bag, and it's not pleased. And also, it likes Uno. Where's Uno gone? Like,
Says Dewey.
It never met Uno. It's the bag stayed with Ira.
That's true.
The bag's always listening.
Wow.
That's a creepy bag.
It's like Alexa.
Ooh, creepy shivers.
But yes, so the wand
So-
remains in the bag.
Excellent. I'll deal with that later.
Wait, what are you trying to get? What are you trying to get out of the bag? I can try.
Oh, I was just trying to get the wand. I haven't used it in a while, and I was curious if I still have connection with it mentally because my brain's been kind of eaten.
I can try.
So I don't know how that works. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I'll hand it over.
All right. I'm gonna pet the bag at the top where the top flops over. I'm gonna pet it and say, "Can we please have that clear glass crystal wand thing?"
All right, make me a persuasion check, please.
That's a 15.
Sort of hear a slight little sigh of, and the lid of the bag just flips
Pops
open.
open. I am going to open the bag, and it's. You can get it now.
Foolish bag. And I shove my hand in it, and I'll pull out the crystal
And it eats your hand.
before it can like close on me. Cool. And then I will attempt to. Can you like mentally tell if you're attuned to something? Can I tell if we still have the attunement connection?
Well, as you take the wand, as you sort of focus on it, everything goes blank for a moment. And you see a vision similar to the vision you saw before. You see vast mountains covered in snow, an enormous castle
Yes. Okay.
looming up against the sky. And you get a sense of distance. You see glimpses of other things. You see a lake surrounded by mountains.
Hmm.
You see long stretches of frozen peaks, and then for an instant you get a flicker of something else.
Ooh.
There's a flickering vision of a figure standing in darkness, just for a second, just for a moment, and then you're back in the grove again, and you get a sense you are definitely you are currently the one still attuned to the wand.
Great. Well, just so everyone knows, I still know the direction we should head in, but I guess if we want to go mess with Faye, I don't have much say because I haven't been around.
Well, I mean, she told us to come as soon as possible, so we need to go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we better do it then.
I hand Ira back the bag of withholding, and then I pick up my pack. Sindri, let's go.
And Sindri, the cat, kind of looks up. Fine. I'm not sure this is a good idea. She might still be mad at me.
But you know your way around better than we do.
Yes. And as ever, the rest of you can only hear one side of this conversation.
Nice.
You always have to presume that the cat's talking back to Aldous.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
The cat sort of stands up, stretches its back, and starts padding off through the forest.
All right,
And
we're gonna go. Let's go.
the path it takes is one that will be familiar to both Adair and Chrysara, as it's heading towards that that area of the camp where Adair you were shown the pool and the gateway, and where Krasara you went snooping.
I went there too
Snooping.
last time.
I was walking, not snooping.
I checked behind me to see if everybody's following because I kind of just went.
Are you following, guys?
Yes. This is a given.
Following, and Adair, as we're walking along, going, I really think we should ask Banana before we go in here.
Ask Banana?
Do you say that out loud?
Oh, absolutely.
Fine. Okay. I wait. Part way there.
Did I
And-
miss something?
Adair is going to say, would you all mind waiting here? And Aldous, I think you probably make a better case for this than I will. Let's go find Banana and figure this out.
Always check your NPC names before handing them over to your players. This is an important announcement.
Especially if we're in the group, yes.
Or else you end up with a mystical druidess called Banana.
Banana. What's her name?
So, Aldous and Adair go to seek out Betula Nana.
Banana. It's like left Twix.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you draw close to her quarters, you can hear a raised voice. Not hers. You hear Fenelon, the dwarf druid's voice, and you hear, "Look, I gave up my diamond. There's only one of those, you know, and I am not getting that back ever. This had better work out. You are like, I have put in a lot of faith into you and your prophecies and your plans, but like, you have no idea what my mother is going to say when I get back to Winterbell without that. Like, that is a family heirloom, and you just made me hand it off willy-nilly for it. Like, it's just a good job they're idiots that bought the, list of miscellaneous tasks. Like, you wouldn't expect me to come up with something off the top of my head that was worth that much. Man, that's irreplaceable. There's no tasks that can do that. And you give me like 3 things they need to do, and then like, how am I supposed to just come up with stuff? I gave them mittens to give them to my cousin. I am.
While we're walking
What
up
I'm
and we
saying
hear this, Adair's going to
is-
put his hand in front of Aldous and just kind of and stop her for a moment. We're just going to stand there and listen.
Ellen, there is a plan and there is a reason for everything. This will pay off, I promise you. And the cost of your diamond is nothing. Nothing compared to what we have to lose if this goes wrong. The future of the world stands at a knife edge. And these kind of people, you can't tell them what to do. You have to nudge them. If they think you're trying to tell them to do something, then they'll go running the other way and set fire to a forest. I know their sort. So
I lock eyes with Adair and I.
a few nudges here and there will get the job done. And I promise you, it will pay off. All of it will. It doesn't take much. But this will see things right. You hear a kind of, yeah, sure. I'll believe that when I see it.
Adair
And-
takes about 5 steps quietly backwards and then kind of stomps forward loudly like they
And-
just approached.
And
Alright.
Aldous will mimic.
And Fenelon breaks off halfway through, sort of, another hand. And someone's hit. And who's that?
Hi.
I said we weren't to be oh, it's you. I mean, great, it's you. I was just leaving. And she walks past and heads out.
And as she walks by, Adair will reach out his hand and gently touch her on the arm and say, "Thank you again so much for offering the diamond to save our friend. We couldn't have done it without you, and you have our deep appreciation."
Look, you're the ones that are going to be paying for it in the end. And as I said, those tasks go down to your children and your children's children if you don't get them done. Very important business. You can see and hear like the annoyance in her voice as she's saying it. Like as she walks on out of there.
And Adair putting all the sweetness he can muster into his voice and go, "It is truly appreciated. Thank you so much."
Yeah,
Yes, thank
fist
you.
twitches
We
down by her
really-
side.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. And as she departs, Petula steps forward towards you, smooths down her skirt. Adair, Aldous, how can I help you?
Adair will bow gently and point to Aldous and go, "My friend has a request."
Please,
So,
request away.
as I have mentioned previously, the Queen of Mirrors wanted to speak with me and the rest of the people I am traveling with. And we were hoping to go today, if that is okay with you.
Well, I would not wish to deny an audience to the Queen if that one was offered. Although, I would advise you, child, to be wary. Well, she is a kind queen and has always been good to us. She is not always as gentle to those who get on her bad side. The Fae are quick to take offense and slow to let go of a slight. Be very careful.
Understood. So Sindri, my cat familiar,
Yes?
she said that the queen might be angry at her, which could be why she's a familiar, but
Yes.
she's the best we know that could guide us to her through where we're going. Is that going to be an issue? Of your opinion, of course.
The Fae that end up as familiars are one that have irritated the Queen, hence their demotion. Those that have truly angered her are not running around anymore. I presume the cat, the creature, was sent to you for a purpose. Therefore, if the Queen is seeing you, she will surely expect to see it as well.
Okay. I have one more question.
Yes, my child?
It will require convincing Crisara, but I was thinking that it might be safer for her sister to stay here, if that's okay with you.
Amalia. That was her name, yes?
Yes, Amalia.
The bossy blind girl.
Yes.
You want us to keep her?
It might be safer for her than going traipsing through the Feywild.
Well, we of course would not deny shelter to any who choose to stay here.
Okay, well, we will ask if there is a preference between the two of them, and then figure that part out.
Of course. And thank you for coming to me to ask before stepping through the gate. It always does to pay courtesy to one's hosts. Now, I would not want to keep you from important business or from the Queen.
I take a glance at Adair and to see if he's got anything else to say before we leave.
Adair will signal to Aldous that it's okay to leave and wait for her to turn to walk away.
I will turn and walk out the door,
And
but
Aldous,
then I'm gonna go slowly down the stairs, see if I can hear anything.
and Adair will simply look to Petula and say, "Thank you again. I appreciate this."
Of course. It is not wise to stand between the Queen and her emissary.
And of course, if you have any reason you need me to stay here and not go with them,
Do you have an issue with the Fae, Adair?
I have a few issues with them, yes.
At that point, I'm gonna yell up the stairs, "Come on, Adair, we need to go!"
Hopefully see you upon return.
Whenever that may be, yes, indeed.
And Adair will turn and slowly make his way down the stairs. Trying to make it look respectful as he walks as slowly as he possibly can.
I'm waiting at the foot of the stairs.
So as Adair dawdles his way back to the others, and you are reunited, Sindri has led you through this path into this grove surrounded by sort of thick briars and close trees, and in the center of it is this small, completely still pool of water. Just unrippled by the breeze.
Well, I don't see any white horses, so how are we getting there? Aldous?
Oh, I thought that you guys went ahead. Sorry.
This is as you're reunited.
Oh, okay. Well, before we go, Chrysara and Amalia. Amalia, do you even want to go with us?
I'm not going to the Fae. No. That's stupid.
That's a bit
What are you
rude,
calling us then?
Stupid.
Well, that's not very nice.
Have you never read stories about the Fae? People go in there, they come out 100 years later, or like, I don't know, they've had to give up their newborn children, or they've got like turned into wood, or I don't know, someone's given them a weird chicken bone. Nothing good comes out of the Fae.
I want 14 nets by the time we return. Those are your chores.
I would agree that
what
nothing
are we
good
doing
comes
with the
out of the
nets?
Fae. Right, Chrysara?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, she just said that nothing good comes out of the Fae.
We had a chat. So you did promise me something, so
What are you referring to?
you could try not to be an asshat.
Well, I'm just saying.
I think that's the only hat he doesn't have yet.
Ideas book?
No!
Yes.
You don't want me to look cheeky, do you?
It turns people into donkeys. It's a perfectly respectable donkey hat.
There you go. It's a polymorphing hat, but it only turns you into one type of animal.
Perfect. That's what you need.
The ass hat.
Well, Amalia, we asked, and you are welcome to stay here with the druids until we get back.
Well, it's not like I can go anywhere else. We're in the middle of a massive forest. So, yeah, I'll stay
Well,
here.
I mean, if one of them offers to take you home, or to go back to Calder, that might be something.
I mean, if they could, can druids do that? She looks like she kind of vaguely in the direction where she thinks Adair was.
And Adair will step over to that position wherever she's looking, assuming she's looking for him. I'm sure if that's what you wanted, it could be arranged. Although I cannot guarantee the matter of transport would be to your liking.
Oh God, what? I'm kind of worried what druid transport is now. It sounds not like, being kidnapped by hordes of squirrels.
There is a tale of a man being carried across the seas in the belly of a well, so I would just be careful.
You would imagine they could turn
We're
into like
inland.
It
A
won't
giant
be
eagle
as
or something.
fast as flying boat.
Look, no offense to all of you. This has been a wonderful experience. I have been stuck on a boat in midair for a lot of time. I've been traipsed through a few swamps. Been down some murder tunnels.
You've burned a few things.
I've burned a few things. That was the highlight.
And you kept
honest,
a bunch
but-
of archaeologists in order.
Actually, no, maybe that was the highlight.
That was pretty impressive as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, look. Once someone's seen what a fireball can do once, they're not very willing to cross someone who can cast them. But
I suppose it's up to
honestly,
you.
I had a home back in Isfjell. I look. I was just starting to feel like it was my home. To stop missing Denvala and the mountain, and then just taken all away. Like, so anyway, someone's got to go back. Keep the Earl in line. Make sure
I'm
Calvin's
gonna
run
slip
off with
away
Runa
while they're
from the
talking.
bakery.
I'm
You
gonna
know-
slip away while they're talking and go find an adult druid.
I love your
just gotta go
specification.
find an adult.
Wait,
I gotta go find an adult, guys. I can't handle it anymore.
So
If
yeah,
you-
so going back to the main thing, you are able to locate an adult druid.
All right, I am going to say to the adult druid, "Hi. So Amalia is going to be staying here, but she really wants to go home. Is there any way while we are gone that transport to her home would be made?"
Oh, well, we'd have to find one of the older druids that knows a tree or something near where she wants to go. But some of the elders have travelled a fair bit. Yeah, we might how it depends how close to her home she wants to get her back in the general direction. There's some quite memorable trees, if I remember rightly, near the edge of the forest. We could probably get her as far as the edge of the forest, and then
But she's blind. She would need help getting all the way home.
we can arrange. We could probably sort something out. We can't promise it to be comfortable transport.
Gonna end up in the belly of an elephant or something, I'm telling you.
Or
Giant
worse.
eagles are always a favoured way of transporting people. You need to get just from place to place.
That would probably be faster than walking.
Definitely. And as long as she's not scared of heights.
We came on a flying boat.
Oh, look, I
Just make sure you tell her not to look down.
can definitely sort it out.
Wait,
yes.
Torvald followed me out.
Apparently, we all did.
We all did. We're all there.
We're all there.
including Amalia. Look, if I can cope with the boat when Adair's flying it, I can probably cope with it. I was joking. Torvald's worse.
I think we can all agree on that. Hey, Adair, why can't you turn into a giant eagle and fly around?
That's a sensitive matter, Torvald, that we don't discuss in mixed company.
All right. Maybe they have a potion for that or something.
And Amalia says to the druid, goes, well, take me to Bachelor or the Elder, and I'm sure we can sort out like the intricacies of travel and transport.
Just be careful.
I'm always.
I know you.
No,
can
I'm never
take-
careful. You're right.
I'm going to throw you across this forest, young lady. I'm allowed to be concerned.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
take care of yourself.
I mean, as long as I'm not lost in a swamp.
Except for that.
Look, you be careful too.
I will.
Like I'm going back home where it's, moderately safe sometimes.
I better not
Like-
come back to any nieces and nephews.
Hey,
That's
they
how long
be
you're
my
gone.
nieces and nephews too.
We are going into the Fae, so we might be gone a long time.
Look, as long as you're not gone for like 100 of years. Oh,
Hopefully not.
look. Don't be gone for 100 of years. This would be like, and don't die or go missing or in any way. You are coming back, right?
I swear it.
Because otherwise, I will go to Helheim or to gods or wherever you've gone, and I will drag you back, and then I'll kill you.
I don't doubt it. After the shoe incident, I don't doubt it.
Precisely. And then I'll kill you again for good measure.
Just stay away from ice ships and definitely push the Earl around for me. I don't like his attitude the last time I saw him, so
Hey, maybe I can get my own ship.
yes, someone is getting a ship out of that man. Get your ship.
There's a thought.
I'd ship
Or
that.
or whatever else you want for that matter. He does
I mean,
owe
Calder
us.
is helping make your ship, I think.
He owes me things too, and I bequeath unto you that.
Bequeath?
When we come back, you're going to be the Earl.
Oh, maybe the High Queen of Isfjell.
Ooh, I like that. I'll be your bodyguard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you
Why
to
stop that?
transport
Let's
Fiven
stop
out.
my conquest of the whole world.
I'm pretty sure that would make you a princess. Princess Crasara.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I'm going to punch you, princess. Bodyguard. Oh, that's where it's at. But if you do become High Queen of everything, can you get Fiven off of his 5-year sentence in that little podunk place and bring him?
Really?
I'll love you forever.
You already love me forever, right?
I'll love you even more forever.
Look, okay, but I mean, I can't really say. I've only heard his voice. His voice is a little grating.
I'm
And his
sorry
house
if this
smells
is what it was
funny.
like at my house.
His house does smell funny, but we can't fault him for that.
Adair
I
is going to
assume he
make.
must be reasonably attractive given all those other mitigating factors.
He
But
was
sure.
reasonably attractive.
Sure, I'll get you your elf boyfriend.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Go.
Well,
go
as
take
nice
it.
as this discussion's been, we best get going.
Oh, I
Take
think
over
I think this
yourself.
discussion's taken most of the day. Maybe we should wait and go tomorrow.
Shut up, Adair.
No, the sooner we get there, the sooner we can finish what she wants, and then the sooner we get back.
Yeah, if I'm not here when you get back from the Fae, may the gods' blessings be on all of you. And that's proper Denvalan gods, none of your Isfjellian nonsense. Alright? The Mother of Fire watches over you all.
I'll reach out and hug Amalia before we leave. Just be safe.
I will.
Before I leave, I'm gonna take 3 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces and wrap them up in a pouch for her. That's to help with anything on the way getting there and all of that.
You guys need to be rich or adventurous.
Here's your allowance.
It's not my fault.
Now go
They
buy
spent
yourself something
everything.
nice.
It's not my fault. They spent everything that they got back from selling the dragon that me and my family, did.
Oh, I did have, and I pull out the blue ribbon. I did have this for you. I almost forgot. Thank you, Aldous. Aldous cleaned it. It was a little rough at the store, but
Thank you. I don't have anything to give you. Would you like a net?
we could possibly use a net. Yes.
Have 3.
I'd consider that a net gain.
I miss you, Torvald. But yeah, so with if you wrap up sort of saying goodbyes to Amalia, you find yourself still at this pool, this gateway.
Well, what do we do? Just jump in or something?
I look at Sindri. Sindri, do you mind leading the way?
The cat looks at the water, looks at you, and then very reluctantly walks into the water.
Torvald will
I will
hold
go
his hand.
second.
So all this
Okay.
goes in. Yes.
Mhm. Yep. She
Torvald's
follows
gonna
right
hold
behind.
his hand out to Ira and say, "Well, lady, may I have this dance?"
Yes. Yes, you may.
And then Torvald will kind of like spin her into him and just kind of like dance into the
Yay.
thing, and then just kind of like go into the portal together.
Perfect.
I look at Adair. I'm not dancing with you.
I know where you've been. That's okay. And he after you.
And I just trudge in.
So, Adair.
Why did you let him go last?
Adair's,
Why did you let him go last?
Adair's going to stand there for a moment as everybody else disappears under the water. He's going to think about it, shake his head, and then he is just going to close his eyes, hold his nose, and walk off into it.
So, you find yourselves falling, and weirdly, the water doesn't feel wet. As you go, and you find yourself falling down, and you see a light above you, and you realize you're not falling, you're rising upwards. And then you're swimming upwards, and you feel the water around you now. You can see the surface above you. and sort of light shining down to the surface. And Aldous, your head breaks the surface, and you've emerged in a circular pond in a grove in a forest, looking very much like the one you stepped into. Except as you look up, the sky is this sunset color, this sort of pinkish orange shade. And you can see around you that in between the trees in the forest, these jagged crystal formations rising up out of the ground. And even out of the trees themselves, bursting through the trunks and through branches. And a moment later, you hear the sound of sort of Ira and Torvald breaking the surface. And then Krasara.
Well,
Wait,
that was
is
different.
Ira still wearing her armor?
Yes.
And then sometime later, Adair.
Well, it took you long enough.
So, do we show signs that we were in water, or is everyone dry?
You're currently physically in water until the moment you step out.
I am swimming to the shore and I'm looking for Sindri.
The cat is standing on the shore, sort of shaking itself off, looking like a wet, angry cat.
Torvald will climb out of the water as well.
I'll crawl out after them,
And
shaking it off.
the water's sort of dripping off. You can feel your clothes do seem to be drying faster than you'd expect, but it's definitely water. Yeah. There's a strange stillness in the air. There's no birds, there's no sort of rustle of breeze, there's just complete stillness.
Does anyone else notice how quiet it is?
It was this quiet last time.
Aye, it's unnerving.
A little bit.
You want me to hold your hand?
Always, but not because I'm scared.
So
Okay,
he says.
we'll assume that's the case, and she'll hold his hand.
Adair is going
You
to
notice him like visibly like relax slightly.
Adair is going to hold his hand out and cast Druidcraft to determine the weather for the next 24 hours. Where we're at.
And then Tisk gets to be the weather woman.
Welcome to the Feywild weather forecast. Winds are non-existent, right? Pressure is normal. The forecast for the next 24 hours is exactly the same as now. No change.
I'm going to shake it to see if snow comes up in the globe. Nothing? Okay.
Well, where do we go now? He kind of
Alright.
glances over at Aldous.
And I look at Sindri. Sindri, would you like me to help dry you off?
Yes.
And I will pet Sindri, and as I'm petting her, I'm using my prestidigitation to help dry her off. And could you please guide us to where we need to go?
I suppose so. And for the first time, actually, I think for most of you hear the cat's response.
The thing can talk.
Oh, what was he asking for this time?
Yes, she's Fae. And
What-
this is her home realm?
I always thought you were just making that up, but okay.
What does her voice sound like to us?
It sounds definitely it's a female voice. It's hard to really put a pin on it beyond in terms of like accent or age. Like, it doesn't sound Isfjellian exactly. It doesn't sound like anywhere you've been or anywhere, you know. But this way. Stay on the
All
path.
right.
Stay on the path.
Sindri, are you
I
stuck?
turn around to start telling them that, and then I realize they can hear it too.
So, Sindri, are you stuck in that shape, or are you choosing to keep it? I'm asking out of professional interest.
I am stuck in this shape for now.
You make a pretty cat.
Thank you.
Don't sound so
I
sure
put
of
a lot of
yourself.
effort into it. Some have no dedication to their art of being familiar, but I like to feel I'm rather a method actor as well.
Is that why you like all the fish?
Also, fish are delicious.
Well, you can't argue with that.
She has a point.
And the cat pads off between the trees, and you can see a path now in the grass and the ground. Is this carpet of yellow flowers winding between the trees.
Start down the path. And out of curiosity, what happens if we don't stay on the path?
Oh, well, all sorts of things here might pay your attention. Afspielen, worse things. This
So
is a
stay on the
rather,
path.
yes, safe part of this world.
Ira notices Torvald squeezes slightly harder on her hand, just ever so slightly.
And as you're following the cat down the path, Adair and Torvald, you can both notice forms sort of walking in the forest, sort of parallel to the path, keeping pace with you as you walk. And you can see on the side of the path, you can see 4 figures walking through the forest. They're a little far out from the path, but you can just make out the forms of a tall woman holding a maul on her back, blue-skinned girl in armor, a dwarf, and Zelda's in a dress. I was picturing a dress, but I don't know if she's been moved on to trousers at this point. But
No, she very much is liking dresses.
yeah. And then a young girl in her dress, keeping pace with you as you walk down the path. Then they're moving completely silently. They don't seem to be sort of reacting towards you, but they're definitely keeping pace with you.
Adair, do you see them too?
Yes, Torvald, it looks like all of your evil twins have returned.
Why do you keep saying evil? We know they're not evil.
But you do notice something odd about Krasara, Mira. It seems to be missing one arm.
Missing an arm.
That one looks like Eleanor over there. Oops, sorry, wrong game.
It's
That was unrelated to any Eleanor related nonsense.
I just couldn't
Yeah,
resist.
uh-huh.
I just couldn't
Uh-huh.
resist because I know the look on her face.
he knew.
Torvald, do you notice anything about the tall, hideous one with the maul?
Oh my god.
I'd be
Do I hear-
careful what you say, Adair, but she doesn't seem to have both her arms.
Do I hear this?
I was not intending to say it loud enough, but if you do, so be it.
Roll a perception
Merely a
check.
perception check.
Probably not. That's a. Yeah, no. I didn't. I don't think I heard that at a 7.
7.
No, you did not hear that. Yes. Yeah, the path winds now down, and you can see ahead of you this glass archway and steps leading upwards. And these steps lead up as you realize you're walking under the shadow of what appears to be sort of the trunk of an enormous tree. It sort of reaches up into the sky, and this path and these steps wind around it. And it reminds you a little of, sort of the druid houses you've seen in the forest, but on a much grander scale. And
Shinier scale too.
a shinier scale is these crystal steps, and you can see ahead of you opening up this sort of castle structure. It seems to have grown out from the trunk of the tree. And the light sort of reflecting in between these crystals sort of covers everything in this dappled, flickering rainbow light. And as you walk between a pair of these crystals following the path up, you can see figures trapped within the crystal. As you walk between the pair, you see two figures. One appears to be human, the other elf, sort of within the crystal, sort of eyes wide, staring in horror, their mouths open and screaming, frozen inside the crystal.
Alice, are you sure this is a good idea?
Well, it's better not to find out if we didn't show up.
Does have a point.
Do they look familiar to us at all, the people trapped?
No.
Are their eyes still moving?
No.
Adair's gonna tap on one of the crystals. Tap, tap, tap.
You wouldn't touch anything if I were you.
Don't tap the glass.
The little sign on it.
Touching crystals has been one of the fun parts of the scavenger hunt, in my opinion.
Touching weird crystals.
Maybe she's got a piece of the crystal wand.
Don't feed the prisoners.
As Torvald says that, Adair's kind of going to take his hand back and wipe it on his sheepskin. And
They do not react, but as you tap, you hear this ding, this ringing sound sort of ring out, and you see a flutter of movement further in the branches and between the crystals, and you see these small fluttering winged forms sort of perch on a crystal and flutter and fly off, like these sort of humanoid butterfly winged figures. And you'd be familiar from stories with tales of sprites and pixies and other small fey creatures. So,
where is Sindri? Where do we see her? Is she on the
Sindri's
steps?
sort of
Is she waiting at
keeping
the
quite
steps?
close to your feet, like not moving slow ahead, far ahead. She's been quiet.
Sindri, I know you might not like the idea, but did you want to ride in my pack?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take off my pack and open up the top of it so she can climb in.
And Sindri hops up into your pack and hunkers down.
I'm gonna close it, the flap over it, and but make sure it's loose enough that she can stick her head out if she needs to. Are we supposed to go up the stairs, or do we wait for somebody to come here?
Go up.
Oh, okay.
She knows you're here.
All right. I start going up the stairs.
And the stairs wind up between more of these crystal formations, and some of them it's easier to see than others, but many of them you can catch glimpses of figures trapped inside. And so you see humans, dwarves, elves, gnomes in various styles of dress, from recognizable sort of Isfjellian styles you've seen perhaps on some of the southern lands. Others of the kind of gowns you'd expect to see in chorus. Others in stranger, sort of older looking clothing. It's quite a collection she's got. As the path winds round and opens up into a hall. It's a crystal hall, and you can see there's figures in here, sort of mostly kind of, I think the correct term is hanging around. This is sort of chattering in groups. You see there's even some tables. You see some with wine glasses in hands. There's sort of a whisper of conversation. Music from somewhere in the distance. None of these figures look quite human or dwarf. There's something off about them. They are. Some of them have the same sort of insubstantial quality you remember from the King in the Hall of the Mists, where you were dancing before. Others, like their legs are too long. There's something just off and twisted about their features. Many have wings or claws. And they turn to look at you with interest as you enter. Conversations break off. Yes. Through the crowd.
I'm gonna come just inside the entrance and wait for everybody to follow behind me, and I'm going to scan the room completely to see where I'm supposed to go next.
Okay, so you can see, scanning the hall, you can see at the far end there appears to be steps leading up to some form of raised dais. It's raised throne at the end. You can see more of these crystal formations, and at the foot of this huge cat-like beast crouched at the foot of this dais.
Okay, and I start to approach. I will cautiously and slowly start to approach the dais.
And as you draw closer, you can now see the figure sat on the throne, on the dais, up above where this cat-like creature crouches at her feet. You see she just has a cat on her lap. It's a white fluffy one. She's just stroking it. Other than that, the most notable thing about her is how hard it is to make out her features. You can see she's got coppery red hair, but her face is hard to focus on because what your eye is drawn to is the necklace she's wearing. It's a beautiful glittering necklace of shards of crystal that seems to draw the eye in light and reflections. And shards of all sorts of sort of a mismatch of broken crystals of different colours, and hanging in the centre of it, one shard that would look very familiar to you. It very much resembles the shards of the wand that you've found so far.
Ew.
Eldis, you're here at last.
We came as quickly as we could.
I rather thought you weren't going to show.
We
Come. No need to stand on ceremony.
I will approach closer.
And bring your friends. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting them yet.
Torvald's gonna take one step forward, and then look like, is that good?
Come. Bring tea.
I'll keep pace with Aldous.
Torvald will reluctantly walk up.
Ira, Adair, come on.
Yes. Sorry.
It's so good to finally see the people I've heard so much about. You've been making quite the stir, you know.
All good things, I hope.
Well, I've definitely heard your dancing ability complimented.
Well, that's legendary.
Indeed. Tales will be told of it. And, she looks to Grisara. I hear you are, adopting our kind as your family now.
one in particular, Your Majesty.
You've made the King of Winter awfully annoyed, but seems he got her back in the end.
I don't have her. He's taken her.
Yeah. He
can't keep her.
Well, she's his sister.
Oh, fuck.
Appropriate response.
She didn't tell me that part.
They're a devious bunch.
I still made a promise to get her back, though. Oh boy.
And the other half of our beautiful dancing pair. You look to be frozen from my end, but I don't know if that's just my problem.
Ira?
I saw her eyes move.
Are you there, Ira?
I saw her
Yes.
move.
Yes.
The Queen's talking to you.
Yes. Sorry, I being in a new place again is, I don't know. I feel weird. Sorry, what did you say?
I was just merely saying how wonderful it was to meet Aldous' friends. What was your name again?
Ira?
Ira. And you. She looks over to Adair.
And I'm just going to.
Have
to
we met
look back.
before?
Not that I'm aware of. Have we met before, DM?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay. Not that I'm aware of, ma'am.
Well, in which case, welcome home.
Why would you call this home?
You may not be of our kind, but you are of our world.
At which point, Adair's just basically going to go pale.
Do you think you could elaborate on that just a wee bit?
And what is there to elaborate on? He is clearly a native. This plane knows its own. And was this something you were not aware of? It's hardly something one forgets.
This is the first I've heard of this, ma'am.
Curious. Interesting. Well, it seems that whoever you are, this was where you were born.
Well, Adair Feyborn doesn't have the same ring to it now, does it?
It's nice.
A little different.
And I mean, literally, Adair is just pale and speechless at this point. He's all the things running through his mind that has been ripped out of what he had grown up to believe for the last 40 years.
Hey, Adair,
That
maybe
explains
for those
his
new to this.
reflection.
maybe you're the evil copy. What do you think about that?
I'd be more willing to believe it.
It would explain so much.
What were you saying, Tiss?
Just that I like to ruin Tama's life.
For those who are new, Adair was found inside of a burned out tree after a lightning strike as a baby and had been told by his mentor.
You went mute.
What did your mentor tell you?
Adair,
See?
you're mute.
Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. I get it.
Look. Maybe you shouldn't believe what crazy gnome-like beings when you ask, oh yeah, you're born in a tree.
Born in a
it's
tree.
long rubbish story.
Yes. So for the moment, Adair's just going to kind of journey off in his thoughts while this is going on.
Well,
Well, it's best not to batter him. Why have you summoned us here?
I mainly wanted to see Aldous face to face, and also it's always good to get to know your, I don't know the right word, ward, emissary,
Warlock?
warlock. No, that's not really have a very nice ring to it. Your
Eternal
assistants,
servant?
friends. So that's. I try and stay away from the eternal servant phrase. It just has such negative implications. But our conversations in dreams have been fleeting of late, Elders, and I wanted to know and hope that you felt that you were getting the most out of this this partnership. And
On a scale of 1 to 10,
this is your annual
as my
review.
warlock.
Look.
And as a follow-up, what can we do to improve? Would you like A, more spells and abilities, B, more information, or C, all of the above?
All of the above.
Thank you for taking the survey.
Few small favors to ask you in return.
First I want to apologize for being tardy. Unfortunately, we had to do a few things in order to resuscitate. And she's gonna gesture at Ira.
Oh, you've definitely. Oh, you. That's a very. And she stands up, reaches up, and kind of pokes Ira's arm.
Yes.
Ah, new body.
Excuse me?
No, not a new body.
Well, it's definitely been had a bit of work done on it. New brain.
Yes.
Well, interesting.
Whoa, okay.
Anyway, yes. Now, I feel like I've given you a fair. I've been helping you out a fair bit, Aldous, right? I've given you Sindri to help you out. Has she been doing her job properly?
Yes.
Good, because I can have her replaced.
Oh no, I quite enjoy Sindri's company.
Like if she's not performing, there's plenty more where she came from.
No, I understand, but
if you ever have any complaints, I can get her just dealt with and got rid of, just like that.
I will keep that in mind if anything happens.
Yes. I don't like to keep servants around that disappoint me. There's always a replacement waiting in the wings. Yes. What was I saying? Yes, I've given you, all sorts of things, magic, charms, and I can give you a lot more. All sorts of talents will be yours for the taking, should you wish. But I wanted to ask you just to do a little something for me in return. Now, I like to often have a mortal act as my eyes and ears in your realm, just to help me out on a few tasks. Nothing important. Nothing dangerous as such. But do you think you could do that for me, Aldous?
Oh, just to let you know everything that's been happening as I see it.
Yes, yeah. Keep me abreast of any major events, developments, that sort of thing.
Well, the biggest thing that is happening currently is there is going to be a war happening, but not necessarily between the native people of the world. And I glance at everybody to make sure they're okay with me saying this. Well, some group of people have recently come here to our world, and they are hunting another group of people who came to our world a long time ago. And yes, and those older people actually are what took Ira's first brain.
Oh,
And so we're currently looking for pieces of a
wand.
a
A
wand.
weapon. It's really cool.
and the wand is a weapon to help get rid of the
And you're looking for this wand.
I'm in charge of it.
You have this wand.
Yes.
we
Part
have
of it.
parts of it, and we're actually looking for more parts.
I see.
And we were wondering if you might part with the thing on your neck there.
You were wondering what?
Well, I'm trying to look in your eyes, but I can't help notice the thing on your chest there. It's just so beautiful. And it happens to be exactly what we're looking for.
Then I think you should reconsider what you're looking for.
And why is that?
Because I am not parting with it.
Are your friends or something?
We're screwed.
They are not my friends.
Well, they're kind of threatening to destroy the world.
Am I your friend? Because
I don't know who you are.
You said my name earlier.
Ira.
Yes. See, you know my name, so we're friends.
I know your
name. I already have 2 of them, so I outnumber you.
I don't think that's the logic we're looking for here.
Not. Unfortunately, it looks like the only way to be rid of. The brain devours is to repiece the wand, and I don't even know how many pieces.
Excellent. So, you find the rest of the pieces and bring them to me, and then we'll have the whole of it.
Okay.
Oh, done.
Perfect.
I don't suppose you could help me with something.
What kind of help do you need?
I want my daughter back.
By your daughter? Your daughter? Oh.
Olwen.
Olwen. I can tell you where she is, but I can't get her back for you.
Where is she?
Fortress of Eternal Night.
Well, that sounds like a pleasant place. We could probably just walk right in and say hi. Would you like to come with us instead?
And do you have directions on how to get there?
I would advise that it's not a very safe place to go, but should you wish directions, yes, I can tell you how to get there. It's not an easy path.
You take a left at never, and then you take a right at not gonna happen.
No.
That's how you get
You
there.
see that? And you see that door there?
Mm.
You take the path that leads out that door to the Lake of Sorrow. But be very careful not to step off the path. And from there, you'll find a stair that leads up to the Temple of the 8 Maidens. Seek the door beneath the North Wind's feet, and the path will lead you down. From there, you are reliant on the guidance of the 3 sisters. They are not easily persuaded to help, but they will be able to show you the way to the castle gate. But as to getting through the castle gates, making your way past the many guards of the King of Winter, and seeking wherever he has imprisoned his sister, that I cannot help you with. Though if you come back alive, I would love to hear how you've done it.
And all I have to do is go through that door.
And follow the path. And I watch out for the many other denizens of this realm that may lie on the way.
How did she get there?
He kidnapped her from our world.
Speaking of denizens,
Huh?
do you know why there are mirror copies of us? I mean,
That happens
aside
to-
from Adair.
This is the realm of reflection, the realm of mirrors. Whenever something from your realm enters this realm, a fragment of it is shattered off and given life of its own. It will, if destroyed, eventually return to you. But if left to its own devices, eventually, a shard and a fragment may grow a will of its own, a mind of its own, and a name of its own.
So what you're telling us is when we come here, we've got to kill that copy so we don't lose a part of ourselves.
Oh, no, you don't have to kill the copy. It depends. The part of yourself will already be lost.
Well, you said it'd make its way back to us.
Well, when you kill it, it is destroyed and it will eventually reform. Or you could let it flourish.
Will it reform anyway if we let the other part flourish?
Oh, no, there can only ever be one at a time.
All right, I guess we have our
It is
answer
how
then.
much of the life in this world was born.
So what happens if you say give a piece to somebody?
Well, then they have a piece of your soul.
And what happens if they have a piece of your soul?
Well, it depends. They can exert influence over your dreams, in the right hands twist your fates, guide you down different paths. I would not advise giving a portion of your soul to anyone you do not trust.
Sort of already done that, and the Mist King may or may not have a piece.
Well, I can... If you like, as you're a friend of Aldous', I could look into acquiring it and getting it back to you.
No, I was just more interested in getting something that would allow me to speak with him. He's tried to help me in the past, and perhaps he will help me get my daughter back.
He is the king in the mists. He is hard to catch hold of. He tends to slip through one's fingers, come and go when he fancies. He's rather, shall we say, insubstantial.
I'd be willing to make a deal with him if it would get her back.
Well, why make a deal with him? I mean, if you want her back that much, I could help.
You would just do that.
Oh, for a little in return.
Chrysara, she means like her deal with me?
What would I have to do exactly?
Don't we already owe someone a bunch of stuff for bringing me back?
Well, Torvald didn't do it.
Add it to the list.
You're going to go into debt? Go into debt to everyone.
Forever.
Ishfjell is feeling way too close to real life.
We'll just run the debt up and file for bankruptcy. We'll be fine.
There you go.
Look, what help do you? I mean, I've told you how to find her. I can't send an army. I would not want to go to war against the king. That would not be good for either of us. If you wish to attempt to break into his castle, I may be able to give you some small help.
I'm inclined to. What sort of help? Because if I die halfway through, then I don't exactly get to save her. Now, do I?
Well, I can give you a small boon, a small temporary blessing to guide you on your way, to give you a little help. But I would want something in return.
Which would be?
Now, I am the Queen in the Mirrors, and here my name is respected. But on your world, few have heard of me. Now, the past has shown it's possible for one of my kind to gain a little more prominence in your world, to gain a little more influence. I want temples. I want priests. I want to be a goddess.
You get my daughter back and give me something that I can do to contact the king and the myths. I'll build you as many temples as you want, ma'am.
I can help you. I'll help you get all in back, then yes.
Corsara, you have yet to consult with the party about this.
We have some problems.
I can build a temple. Stone's not that heavy.
Personally, every woman is already a goddess in their own way.
Well, that sentiment is delightful, darling. I called Aldous here to help with. I did not know I would be able to have so many willing converts so soon. Now, Aldous, my dear, what do you think to this? Are you willing to help spread the word of my kindness, my benevolence in your realm?
So as an aside, what happens if we kill Aldous' patron?
That was an out of character question, right?
It depends who will sends the soul to, I guess. If the patron has a will, it says, should I die, all souls that I own get passed to my second cousin Mephistopheles.
Well, I, for one, already serve a god, so I'm not going to be spreading the temples and things like that.
Can one not serve more than one god?
I'd like to serve only one.
Well, it feels a little greedy.
I don't believe in the gods.
What do you mean?
She looks at you very oddly. Like,
he's still staring off another way. He's just kind of looking as he's looking down at his hands. I don't believe in the gods.
You could be the son of Thunderer for all we know. There was a lightning bolt that came down in the tree where they found you.
I mean, or, the Wild King's son, or... Actually, that seems most reasonable. The Wild King might be your father.
Aye, so maybe we should go where the Wild Kings are and see what kind of creatures we find.
And dance.
I suddenly change into pajamas and I'm ready to go running through the forest.
Let's go.
No, that was the Weird Dreams episode. This is a much more sane Feywild episode.
Mhm. I need my daughter back, and I really need to speak with the king in the mists.
Well, as I said, I'm not sure what he can offer you that I can't offer you. Like, but I can get a message to him, and as I said, should you wish to go to the castle, the Fortress of Eternal Night, I can offer you help.
I don't know if any of my friends would be willing to go with me. We would have to discuss that before I kick that door down and kick somebody's ass.
Well, Chrysara, I understand how important Olwen is to you. I don't think she is in danger while she is with her brother. But our world is, and if our world is in danger, the Fey world might become in danger. So I think maybe the wand might be taking precedence at the moment. But she did say that if we find all of the pieces in our realm first and then bring it back here, we'll be coming back anyway.
Is she in any danger?
Well, it depends. He's unlikely to kill his sister, but I suspect he's imprisoned her. Who knows? I don't talk to him very much. We do not get along. We've had too many differences in the past.
He sounds like an asshole.
Look, I will give you a moment to decide your course. May I just borrow Eldest for a moment?
I'm gonna take off my pack and hand it to Adair to hold.
He will just absentmindedly take it and hold on to it.
And then I will follow the queen.
Well, I don't
We'll
think
get back
it's
to Eldest and her
wise.
patron in a moment. What are you guys?
I don't think it's wise to go around making someone from the Fae a god. It's bad enough to make something your daughter.
You promised. I didn't say. All I promised was to build a temple. I didn't say I'd worship her. I'm gonna throw some stones together. Boom, temple.
You never
Maybe-
built anything in your life.
That's her problem, not mine. I promised to build a temple, and I'll do the best job I can. If it falls down, I don't exactly have a certificate in stone building temple-ism.
I.e., stone building templeism. You just prove my point. Well, if that's all the promise you're gonna make, then I guess I'm fine with it, but
We can't leave her there. I promised.
she's with her family.
He's imprisoned her. And she hates it there. She didn't want to be there. She wants to be in the mortal realm. She doesn't want to freeze things solid. There is a way to break it, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is break her curse. They've cursed her.
Well, I guess if Adair's from the Fae, not everything's so bad from there, so
Not
there might be hope.
everything. I'm more inclined to trust the Mist King. He's already tried to assist once, which you ruined, sir. I don't know much about this one.
Well,
If we can get in touch with him, you saw what he was like, and he loves the two of you, pointing at Torvald and Ira.
obviously. What?
It was probably because of Ira. Definitely not your charming personality. And
White
she
little
just
Hey.
winks at him.
If you're trying to get me to help you, you're not doing a great job by insulting me.
It was a joke.
Ha ha.
Like you haven't called me hideous and things in the past.
I have never called you hideous. And I never would.
Mm-hmm.
Name one time.
Pretty sure there was that one time in the bar. Probably didn't help that I was on the bar.
I think you're remembering incorrectly.
Chael starts going through the VODs. Where is it? Where is it?
All right. So
We've got it all recorded.
As this conversation is going on, Aldous, the Queen leads you to one side. As I said, I am most pleased that you came here in person. I was worried for a while that you and I might have been growing apart. What with all these new friends you've been making and these new adventures. But you have to remember that I've been there for you for a long while, and I will always take good care of you. And look, tell me honestly now, these friends, if any of them ever hurt you, annoy you, I can get rid of them. So just let me know. All right? Promise me that? You will.
I promise.
All right. Well, I had a little something to give you. A little gift. First of all, she pulls out a small hand mirror.
Oh,
This is a way to talk to me. Now,
wait, but I have, and I pull out of my pocket another little small hand mirror
Oh.
that I got from the Seller of Things.
oh,
I got this one from the Seller of Things, and I think I
Ah.
tried to talk to you through it once, but I don't know how well that worked. I don't remember. But if this one's guaranteed to work, I'll definitely
well,
keep
it should get through. Although, you can only use it once a day,
Okay.
and just make your message brief.
Brief. Okay.
But
Oh, since it's a mirror, can I write the things down on it and just
yes,
smush it against,
that
and it will
works
be
as well.
longer? It can
Yes,
be
yes.
You have to
longer?
write them backwards.
You could yes, write them down. So you can show me a picture. That works as well. It's
Okay.
Once you open the connection, I see whatever you're seeing here, whatever's going on the other side, very briefly.
Okay.
And as I said, I can't promise to be able to come to help you at all times. My influence in your world is severely limited.
Mm-hmm.
But given time, I can resolve most matters. And as I said, if there's anyone out there who really you want getting rid of, give me enough time, and I can deal with them. She points sort of back over to the crystals, and you can see behind her throne another of these crystals with a figure trapped in it. This one, a young woman, sort of staring back at you with wide and terrified eyes.
Does that woman look familiar to me?
Something about her looks slightly familiar, but you can't really place it. She goes, look, the other thing was, and she reaches to her necklace and snaps off one of the pieces of crystal.
Not the centerpiece.
Not the centerpiece.
Okay.
She hands a little fragment of my power. to help you out. A little aid. You can call upon powers that you might not usually have. You can use this to cast minor spells that you don't necessarily know how to cast, although it requires a little mental acuity to get it working. But if you ever need that one little spell that you don't have, just a little one, then you can try and cast it. But again, only once every day. It's strange how these things are limited. And should you need it to focus your spells, then it can work as that as well.
And that will be lovely.
I will send you a very quick message explaining what this actually is. For the benefit of those around, it is essentially a dark shard amulet. Only this one is nice and white and shiny, and definitely a lovely piece of crystal. Not a shard of darkness. It's fine. And then she says, "All right, well, you better get back to your friends and let me know if you wish to take the path back to your world or the path to the fortress of eternal night. But one thing I would tell you is, I would not recommend you linger in this world longer than you need to.
Mm-hmm.
As you would know, time can play strange games here. And
yes, we've figured that one out a couple of times.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure. And as I said, we should have a get together and dreams at some point. I've got a few new ideas for spells I think you would get along really well with, but a few things we could be working on. Oh, have you tried the new trick I taught you, the misty one?
I haven't tried it yet.
That one's
but
useful.
I plan on trying it.
I don't want anyone hurting you, you see.
No, I understand.
But if they do try and hurt you, you've got a way out at least.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm gonna clutch the new mirror. I've stuck the older mirror back in my pocket, but I'm gonna clutch the new mirror to my and the little crystal to my chest and bow just a little bit. Thank you.
And the Queen looks at you and goes, "So, return to your world or onwards? What do you wish to do?"
I think it is better that we return to our world, but I don't know what they've decided.
And we'll find out what they've decided after the break.
Yay!
Thank you for sticking with us so far, and thank you for sticking with us for the technical difficulties at the beginning, and through my rambled excessive amounts of recaps, where I forgot to actually say hello and just said recap upon recap.
There will be some technical difficulties during the break, but we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
I think I should just name this episode Technical Difficulties.
Technical difficulties. All right, we'll be back.
Teething issues.
Yeah, oh, I like it.
Right.
We'll be back.
It's like a nervous tick now or some kind of... Someone says go live and you're immediate
we're
instinct.
back. And we hope you're reserving at least one of your screens for us.
At least one.
At least one.
If you have more, that's okay too.
Yes, and we don't care what you do on those, as long as one of them is reserved for us. So.
But yes, so our party are in the court of the Queen of Copper and Crystal, the Queen in the Mirrors, and they have been having a nice chat, making various requests and very dangerous demands. And the queen says to you, "So, do you wish the path back to your world, or onwards to the fortress of eternal night?"
Well, as nice as the Fortress of Eternal Night sounds, I think we should probably be getting back.
Do we hear that, or are they still separate?
This is all, you're all together.
Okay.
Yeah. Adair's standing there looking kind of pale and shocked and a little bit out of it.
Yeah, at that point, I'm going to take my bag because Sindri's still in it, probably making herself as small as possible. I'm gonna put the backpack back on because I don't want Adair to drop the bag with Sindri in it.
I suppose she'll glance at Torvald.
I know you made a promise, but
We-
Adair's in no shape to fight right now. And
No.
I'm guessing we'll be doing a little fighting if we
I
do
do
that.
know where the next crystal is, just so everyone knows.
I suppose that's where we're headed then. I do need something so that I can communicate with the Mist King.
His emissary will find you. I don't have a direct means of contacting him.
I have a stone, and I'll hand her the sending stone that I had earlier.
Those are usually limited to whoever's on the other end of it.
You might want to
But-
hold on to that one.
Okay, I'll take it back.
But yes, I will. I'm sure one of his emissaries will reach you shortly.
And you're sure you're not willing to part with that crystal on your neck?
You are a very bold dwarf, are you not?
Well,
He-
some
he
people
is.
might say that, but I'm not asking for nothing. We could trade or maybe do you a favor or something.
Do you have any idea how much this is worth? Do
Well,
you
I'd
have any
imagine
idea what it is?
it's what we need to stop the things.
Actually, knowing more about the actual wand would be good to know if you know anything about that.
Well, the one stems from before my time. Back when the world was new. Back before the world was a world, really. Before there was light.
Before there was light, there was darkness.
There was a war between the gods and their enemies. They have many names. People have called them devourers, destroyers, beings of pure chaos and elemental power. Creatures.
We call them Chrysaras.
You're more right than you'd think.
That's incredibly concerning.
So Adair's Fae, Chrysaras a devourer.
It's
An elemental.
element. Some still dwell in this world. Some places of raw and dangerous power. Places like the Mother of Fire. But yes, these beings, these creatures, were bested only with the help of a weapon. A wand or a staff. As I said, I was not there. This was before I was made. And this weapon was used to banish the most dangerous and powerful of these beings outside this world, to where they can no longer exert their influence. Those few seep through the cracks from time to time. And on the binding of the most powerful of these, should we call them devourers, outsiders, beings not of this world anymore, the weapon was broken, scattered across the world. They say that each fragment shows you the way to the next, but they say the powers as a part of it are but a fraction of the powers of the whole. This, she pats a necklace, this small piece was crafted into a gift for me long ago by the greatest of the dwarven craftsmen of the time. This is a long, long while ago. Back when the dwarves still had mighty kingdoms, and it's a shame what happened to them. But this was a gift. And not one I would part with lightly.
Well, when you say lightly, that implies that you're willing to part with it. And what would be the price?
When I say I'm not willing to part with lightly, it's a figure of speech. As if you may have my necklace over my dead body.
What if we only borrowed it and then brought the entire thing back to you in return, and as a gift of you allowing us to borrow it?
As I said, if you require this one to be whole to defend your world, bring me the parts. I'll make the one whole.
Well,
And
how is that
all
any
your enemies
different
can
than
be
you
dealt
giving
with.
us that piece right now and us?
Because I need it. And I would recommend that you still your tongue before I still it for you,
He
or
didn't
add you
mean
to
it.
my collection.
Krasara will stand in front of Torvald. He did not mean any disrespect.
Oh, I am sure he did.
He only wishes to help save the world, to save everyone else. He's just not very eloquent with his words, that is all. He wasn't insinuating anything. I'm sure he apologizes.
I am sorry. I meant nothing by it. Just trying to think
Good.
of ways where we can accomplish our goals.
As
I meant you no insult.
Bring the rest of the one to me, and I will ensure that your world is safe.
Well, we'll consider that for sure. But in the meantime, we should
We've
get
already
going.
agreed to that.
Now,
All right. Well, there's no saying we're going to get all the pieces anyway. So we can't make any promises there, but...
Torvald, stop talking.
I suggest you leave now.
I'm just being honest.
Torvald, shut up.
Yes, we will.
Silent. And she points to Torvald.
Adair's just suddenly going to look up, turn his head. I assume I'm still here, and I didn't wander off, and say, "So do you know who my parents are?"
And just before we get to that, Torvald, I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Okay.
If I'm still standing in front of him, can I help protect him from whatever is coming?
If it's wisdom, you probably don't need to worry about it.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Okay, maybe you do. That's a 13.
Torvald, you find your ability to speak is gone. For the time being. And you open your mouth, you just can't make a sound.
Torvald, if I'm your favorite person ever, don't say anything. If you worship the ground I walk on, don't say anything.
And whilst this is going on, the Queen turns to Adair and looks him up and down. You appear human. All the courts have a few mortals. Everyone likes to keep pets. But strange that I see. No. I don't believe I'm going to answer your question.
And just silent, look at her for a moment, then turn and look at Aldous. There's a reason I don't like these people.
And as I was saying, you see the creature at the foot of her throne sort of stir a little. This great cat-like beast.
I think it is time
Stretches,
to
sort of
return.
examines its claws.
So, thanks for the audience. We greatly appreciate you. Thank you for the emissary. You're amazing. I'll try to build a temple for you. We're gonna. Yep.
Multiple temples.
You got it. Let's just get the out of here.
Yep.
Come on.
Thank you again. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to physically shove Torvald. Torvald, stop. You're going to make us in worse trouble. Go.
He can't say it's not him I'm worried about anymore. It's Adair. And I grab him by the arm and just, come on.
Ira, I need your help moving him.
Okay, can I try picking him up?
And the path leads you back down, sort of, between these crystals with their trapped, screaming faces looking back at you. And
Adair is going to stop as we walk by them and look at them and lean in and say, I feel your pain, and I will free you.
Come on.
Let's go.
You make your way back through the...
I'm going to let Sindri out of my backpack after we leave the steps.
That was close.
Yes, very close. Let's go.
I was fairly sure one of you was at least going to get turned into a cat. It's always
Possible.
cats.
Torvald's going to attempt to
Oh,
speak
traps there.
again.
Currently, no, you can't speak.
Did we hear the comment of I was afraid one of you was going to be turned into a cat? Adair is going to go, been there, done that.
Yeah, but you've been turned back.
Anyways, Torvald, please stop. You'll probably be able to speak once we get back into our realm. Let's go.
Unless you're promising me to give me weapons. You want me to cut your beard off? I mean, and she'll go to her hatchet. I mean, I will if that's what you want. You want me to cut your arm off?
Is this a walking and talking conversation?
Yes.
Or is this
Yes.
I've proven in the past I'm bad at charades. I'm sure certain people remember.
Okay, something about somebody lost an arm. 2 words. Sounds like.
Bunny?
Angry.
So you
Bunny.
find yourself
It looked
back...
like a bunny, like he was doing a bunny nose.
You find yourself back at the edge of the pool that you arrived at. And standing sort of on the edge of this pool, looking back at you, you can see the 4 figures standing there silently looking at you.
They're gonna kill us?
Adair isn't going to stop walking. He is going
He
to
keeps
walk
pointing at me.
right to the center of them, and if they don't move, he will push his way through.
They step aside, and you can see the pool.
Currently
No
checking to
one's
see if any of my
stopping you.
spells don't have verbal components.
I'll stop, if they step aside, I'll stop just on the edge of the water and look back and, come on! Let's get out of this cursed place.
I'm shoving Torvald down the path. And I don't know if Sindri's up by Adair or if Sindri's next to me or somewhere
Sindri's
in the middle.
keeping close to your feet, Aldous. She's sort of sticking close beside you.
Oh, okay.
Just seems to be trying to make herself smaller.
Do you want back in the pack?
No, it's fine. We're almost out of there, and no one's dead. This is brilliant. This is the best trip forever.
Torvald's just gonna take his axe out and just swing it at one of the Fey copies.
Which one?
The copy of Aldous.
Okay.
Don't destroy
Roll me
my
an
soul.
attack.
Let's go.
Didn't we
And so,
decide these were us?
Adair,
were
you're standing on the
us.
edge of this pond, and you can see Torvald take a swing at the mirror. Aldous, Torvald, what did you get?
Didn't actually roll anything yet, so let's find out. Geez, I don't know.
That's a 19.
It's a 21. 21 to hit.
That will hit. Roll me the
You get
damage on that.
minus
actually.
1. 3.
You hear the of crystal breaking as is it axe, right? Yeah, the axe strikes Aldous, and the 4 figures reach for their weapons.
Not necessary.
At this point, so hang on.
Wait, does Roll20 work yet?
She literally just told us that if they, like, a part of our soul gets separated and we have to kill them so that we can recover it.
Bear with me here because I
don't think Roll20 works yet.
I'm gonna try.
It's working for me.
you're not missing anything exciting, because as I said, I was not
Prepared for a
prepared
fight?
for this. So hold one sec.
She didn't expect us to make trouble in the land of the Fae.
Ignore the one where I'm dropping you off. It's just because I'm trying to move you to the next page. That's
Well,
ignore that.
my Roll20 is still not working.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's.
I think you should behold this wonder of a map.
What, the little blue circle in the middle?
Yep, that is the pond.
Okay, cool. Cool.
This is so much better.
It is a work of wonder and art as they all reach for their weapons. At this point, I think the correct answer is roll initiative because you've just started a fight.
Did
I
you or
rolled
did
a
you
20
not say that
plus
like
1,
it was a part of
21.
our soul and we had to recover it? Like, I'm
It's
sure-
I was.
It is a part of our soul, but she also said that it becomes sentient on its own.
I don't want some evil, weird-looking Torvald like running
Who says
around.
it's evil?
I mean, they're
Yeah, they didn't say that it was evil.
mean. I guess.
It
I don't know.
didn't sound like we need to deal with them at all. It's just a
No,
natural
it's
kind
kind
of being in the Fae.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was like.
You've you've got the pond there. You can still jump into if you wish, but yes, you can
Guess
see this
that's-
pond.
Guess that's
Well,
up to everyone else.
I rolled a 20 plus 1, so I've got 21 for my initiative.
Okay, 21 for Aldous. Stick yourselves on the map, guys.
I can't.
Okay, stick yourselves on the map, guys. If you're not,
Able to access Roll20?
yeah, if you are able to access Roll20. Otherwise, Aldous, you were heading to the pond. So you're coming from this direction, where the path is.
All right.
Uh,
I was
Adair
behind
was right up-
Torvald.
All right, stick you behind Torvald. And Adair was right up at the pond, having walked through between the 4 figures. And what did everyone else get on their initiative?
18.
18 for Chrysara.
I am
Adair?
seeing
19?
Adair is 19, Ira is 18, Torvald is 5,
Ooh.
and Aldous is 21.
We've got some high initiatives there. So yeah, Torvald takes a swing, hits the copy of
Aldous.
Aldous, and they draw their weapons. Actual Aldous, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I am going to say, wait. Are you going to actually hurt us? And I'm going to say this to my copy as well as the other copies.
He hit me. He tried to kill me.
And I am going to turn to Adair, not Adair, but Torvald, and I'm going to smack him upside the side of the head.
Is that your action?
That is my action. Do I need to roll for, what is it?
Roll me. Let's see if you're gonna, get through to Torvald and his. It depends, Torvald. You tend to try and not be slapped.
I mean,
Well,
I'm not going
that's
to
a
intentionally
3.
be slapped.
That's a 3.
There's a lot of armor. There's a lot of shield.
I hurt my hand instead.
You bruise your knuckles a little. Not enough to cause any damage, but could have gone better.
Torvald, they weren't going to hurt us initially.
And the mirror copy of Aldous swings and tries to slap Torvald.
Open hand like I did? Or
Yes.
fisted?
What's your strength modifier, Aldous?
My strength modifier is -1.
That is an 18, Torvald. Doesn't manage to get through to you. And she reaches down for... What weapons do you have, Aldous?
I have 2 daggers, a hand axe, a short bow, and
She reaches down
some
down
cantrips.
for her hand axe and arms herself. Adair, you're standing by the edge of this pool, and it seems that a minor scuffle has broken out. What would you like to do?
You're muted.
I'm muted. I would like to unmute.
It's Torvald. that's
Unlike
muted.
unlike Torvald. I'm going to hold my action. If any of them do anything that actually causes injury to anyone, I am going to cast a spell.
Okay, what spell would you like to cast?
Call lightning.
Okay. So you lose the spell slot if you don't cast it anyway, if you're holding it as an action.
I understand.
All right. That brings us to either Chrysara or Ira, whichever one of you wants to go first, because you both rolled an 18.
Ira can go if she wants.
Sure. Hey guys, I don't really want to fight myself.
Not again. It wasn't very nice last time.
So Ira kind of just wants to leave. Can I? Well, I'm done.
If Adair lets you pass, you can get through into the pool. No worry.
Does Adair not want to leave?
Adair is standing there with his hands up like he's about to call down holy hell and trying to get you guys to go in. So
Oh, perfect.
whatever I can do symbol-wise.
Excellent. Well, I will go ahead and do that then. I don't want to deal with it, so I'll just go.
Ira disappears down into the water. Chrysara.
I look around for my version of myself.
She's standing behind the reflection of Ira. She's pulled this mold from her back.
She has one arm. She can't.
And then she drops it because she's only got one arm.
It's two-handed.
Looks down at it
What? Why have you only got one?
and looks really angry.
Yeah, no, I'd be pretty upset too. Why do you only have one arm?
You gave part of me away.
Well, that was. I didn't have all of the. I'm not known for my intelligence. All right, I. This was before we knew what this was. We didn't know you were. We thought you were trying to kill. You tried to kill us last time.
You looked like me. It was weird.
You think? This is really, really weird. Can we just not fight?
Make me a persuasion check.
Anything to add?
I don't think you do
that is.
anymore.
I don't have anything to add to it, so it's a 15. It either works or it doesn't.
That's not actually bad. She looks at it and looks down at her lack of arm and goes, "Can you please just get my arm back?"
I can try. I'm pretty sure I know who has it, but I'm not certain he's going to give it back. I might can trade for it though. I have some stuff I might could trade.
All right. Which, as this conversation is going, it brings us back around to Torvald. What would you like to do, Torvald? Other than fume silently.
Seeing Ira just take the portal, he's going to dejectedly put his axe back into on the hook, and then he's gonna be like, and then he's just gonna leave. He's just gonna walk around here, kind of tug on Adair's shirt as he kind of goes through, and then he's just gonna drop into the
down into the water. She leaves us back around to Eldis. The mirror Torvald kind of runs around to where the previous Torvald was, going. Oh. What do you mean we have to start fights?
I don't even know what's happening. We didn't know what was going on the last time we met. I was pretty terrified, and I'm looking at my mirror self. I was really
She nods back
terrified.
at you.
I was locked up in the closet by myself. I didn't know what was going on, and then I heard you. I got scared. I did not know last time that was what was going to happen, and we now know that you were a part of us, and
I've always been a part of you, Eldis.
Yes, I know. But I didn't know that my soul could break off a piece and then develop into its own self.
break me off a piece of that. All this soul.
Well,
I'm sorry.
You can see this little light crackling in her hand, this little greenish sparkle. I suggest you leave.
That's what we were planning to do. And I'm going to gesture to everyone that is not from the Fey Realms to go into the pool. And I will make
When
my
you
way
say
there.
everyone who's not from the Fey realms,
It still hasn't 100% clicked, but Adair was included in that. Come on, Cindrate.
I
I'm
know
gonna start walking to the pool.
I held an action. If I can consider the threat of the crackling thing, because I've seen what comes out of her hands enough.
You can consider that a threat if you'd like to.
As soon as who all's going immediately into the thing? Aldous said she was walking.
I think it's just you and Aldous left now at this second.
Crisara hasn't jumped yet.
Yeah, I didn't know if Crisara had
I'm
gone
still
yet.
chatting with myself.
Yeah, Crisara's chilling with Crisara.
Yeah.
Torvald and Ira went through the pool.
All right, about 10 feet away, where it's not actually going to cause damage to any people, I am going to call down lightning and say, "Enough!"
So, and you're aiming it onto just Mira Aldous, or Mira Aldous and Mira
I'm
as well?
aiming it onto a point of the ground over here, since Aldous would have already gone by. So I don't want it to actually damage anyone. I just want it to be a big threat and make the ground explode.
Okay. The ground can't dodge. So this crackling of, if you want to roll the dice on how much damage you cause the ground.
Sure,
you can
why
do.
not? Let's do that and see how angry the ground is going to be at me.
You never know in the Fae.
It's going to be 22 lightning damage angry at me.
This singe mark on the grass, and they all sort of look at you for different. And you see them looking back. You see the Mirror Crisara look away from other Crisara who she's having a conversation with, kind of in sort of slight surprise and consternation. You can see she's still, the anger seems to have faded from her a bit, but she still seems a bit pissed off. The Mirror Ira sort of flinches back and looks at you kind of like warily, and Mirror Torvald, he reaches down to the axe at his side, and you watch as the spirit of the axe springs free, and there's a crackle of greenish energy from Mirror Aldous as two bolts of greenish energy, at disadvantage because you're standing right next to her, leap from her to you. What's your modifier, Aldous?
For attack?
Yeah.
For Eldritch Blast, that's going to be a +7.
Okay, so that's an unnatural 20 and a 16.
All right. Both are going to hit, no problem.
As the bolts hit you, that is 10 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then you need to make a concentration check. Ew.
And that. And Crisara. Well, actually, it's Adair up first. As Adair, as this happens, what would you like to do? It's you and Crisara left, along with the mirror's copies.
So my DC for the concentration check would be half the damage.
Yes.
Okay.
Or 10.
Well, then I am able to maintain my...
Yeah, it's or 10, whichever is...
Is it or 10
higher.
or is it the lower? I'm sorry.
It's whichever's higher.
Whichever's high.
Okay.
So if it's half the damage or 10.
Well, with that, the spell is going to disperse. The clouds are going to go away. And Crisara is still on this side.
Yes, it's you and Crisara.
I am going to call 2 giant brown bears.
Okay. So no, usually when you summon these animals, what does the explicit wording of the spell say? I'm just curious about something here.
Just a moment, and I
'Cause
will have it for.
About where these come from, because I think
They are actually fey spirits that take the
so. You
form
see them
of beasts.
come running out of the undergrowth rather than popping into existence in the way they normally do.
I'm perfectly good with that.
See, you were summoning fey beasts, and you're like, "I'm from the fey." What? So
still
weird.
hate the fey. Love the beasts.
So weird, man. You know.
Like
I'm an onion. Layers, man. Layers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
as they come
these-
running forth, I am simply going to say, kill them all.
Okay, so they come running forward and roll me their initiative. See where they're going. Krasara, what are you doing at this point?
Well, I was just about to ask myself if there was a mirror fight and if she had any fun the other night, but I can see this conversation's going to get interrupted. So since, I'm pretty awesome, that makes you pretty awesome. I don't really want to fight. Until I get your arm back, you might want to switch to either the javelin or the hand axe.
She looks down at the ball on the ground.
I'm working on it. Sorry about
Good
that.
point.
If you see a really hot elf in like a green nightgown, yeah. So just don't fight, and I'd jump in the pool.
You might want to knock first. It's just Ira and Torvald there.
Oh God.
No.
Aldous went through too.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, I went through.
So
Still.
Kasara passes into the portal, and you, Adair, you see as the reflection of Kasara, kind of just takes a couple of steps back. You have an attack of opportunity if you want. She kind of just takes a couple steps back.
I'm not going to take it as she steps back.
And the mirror Ira looks at you and goes, "You want to kill it? Look, I don't want to hurt you, but look, you just say you were going to kill us all, and that's not okay. And I should probably help my friends. I think they're my friends. Look, I'm really sorry about this." And she swings her sword at you.
Okay.
It's a very Ira thing to do. Apologize while she's attacking them.
I'm so sorry. I have to kill you.
What is the modifier on
Thank you for
your
being
attack?
Brent.
On your attack with a sword, Ira?
The modifier is +5 to hit.
Doesn't matter. She just rolled a 20.
All right.
Nice.
Crit.
Wow.
So,
If only the real Ira could do that.
now that is a good question. Does the reflection get paladin powers?
Ooh.
Good question.
Oh, that brings up a lot of existential questions.
It does.
It really does, because she's Fae now. And the Fae don't exactly have the same kind of gods.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things. What's the dice on your sword, by the way?
It's 1d8 plus
I should
2.
just farm this out to get you to roll this. Because would have been...
Yeah, 1d8 plus 2.
Come on, hit me.
12 points of damage. And she is not going to smite you.
Well, that's very kind of her.
But what initiative are the bears on, by the way?
The bears are 17.
17. Okay, so the bears are up next. So roll me this attack for those bears.
I guess one of them will go against Aldous to begin with, and it's going to make an attack with its claws and with its bite.
The rest of you sink down through the darkness of the portal, peaceful in the knowledge that you're all safe in a way, and definitely not.
So
What's your AC, by the way, Aldous?
Wait, what?
What's your AC, Aldous?
12.
Oh, you need to get some armor.
I'm not allowed armor.
the first bear's bite was
Yes,
an
you are.
8, and the claws were an 18.
The 18 will hit. The claws will hit.
That's
Pretty sure you can
15.
have armor.
Oh,
That's
wait, yeah,
15
light armor.
slashing for the
Sorry.
first bear.
Ooh, you see shards of this crystal breaking away. She's not looking so great as the shards of crystal splinter away from her. You see this look of pure hatred and anger in her eyes, this pure murderous look that I don't think anything you've really ever seen in Aldous' eyes. But
Even when she killed the poor innocent guy? I do seem to recall there were bears in that situation too.
Please don't bring that up anymore. We've already had a talk about that.
Okay. The other bear is going to go for Torvald since he's closest, I guess. And that is going to be a 15 and a 21.
21 hits.
alright.
All right. And
The
that
bear
will
has to make
be... Sorry, go ahead.
So the bear has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, it's 13 slash.
The bear actually no, you roll for the bears.
And the bear got an 18 on the saving throw.
Okay, so it takes half of 2d8. I don't know if you want to roll that test. Or...
You go
It's
ahead.
your
I'll let-
monster.
I'll let you roll for your reflection.
Okay. All right. So it's going to be half of 11. Round up. 6. Or down.
Round down.
5. And then you get... Well, no, it's... What size is it?
It's
Large.
All right, it gets knocked back 10 feet as well.
Awesome.
Sorry, the sun's going down. Yes. Okay. It does or does not get knocked back. I missed it. Did it get knocked?
He said it does get knocked back 10 feet, correct?
Okay.
Yes, it does. Yes.
All right. Adair. So we've gone bears. Actually, Torvald, as you're there and as you are, Mira Torvald would very much like to get rid of this threat. I'll hand Mira Torvald to you
Over to
to
Torvald.
destroy this intruder, this threat to your very existence.
Oh, okay. The spiritual weapon's out, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, so he would have it attack the bear,
All right.
which is going to be...
And watching the rest of you, are you prepared to play your evil sides?
I just need to know why
Or you're
she's
less
so
evil, so-
angry.
Yeah, this is angry.
It's going to be a 15 to hit.
The question is about the nature of Aldous' soul, and
The
also
bear.
who owns Aldous' soul.
Does a 15 hit
Owner of the bears.
the bear?
Oh, I guess you need me to look at that. Yes, it does.
I'm delegating this fight.
Yes.
Just
Sorry,
like,
I'm
nah, I don't do it.
I'm prepping my coffin over here. So
Oh, geez. Okay, so then you're gonna take. I guess what level spell slot was that the weapon was?
First level, I guess. I don't know.
Second or fourth?
A second.
Okay. Then it's going to be 6 force damage to the bear. And then the bear has to make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm pretty sure it failed. Yeah, 4 fails.
The
I'm
DC
sure.
is 16, so
Yeah, I'm sure it failed.
Okay. It's gonna take 22 necrotic damage. Them some high rolls right there. Right, bear.
The bear
It's
is
a major roll.
the bear is very wounded, but it is not down.
All right. Which brings us to the evil fragment of Aldous' soul. Evil fragment of Aldous' soul, or at least a fragment of Aldous' soul that is very much murderous and unhappy. How would you like to try and kill a dare? Or the
Is a
bears?
bear on her? Is one of the bears?
A bear's
at her?
right up her. Yeah, yes.
Oh,
And
no,
she is.
she's angry. Right? She's angry.
She's angry and she's close to non-existence or death.
Again. All right. No, she's gonna throw another Eldritch Blast at Adair.
Okay.
Did you want me to roll that?
Go for it. Go on. I'm delegating. This is my new D&D trick. It's I'm just not going to roll anything else. I'm just going to make you fight.
It works.
You've got a disadvantage.
Sorry,
You've got disadvantage on both of them.
Okay.
Are you doing both or
So-
one?
Both.
Cool.
All right. So my first rolls for each was a 16 and a 20,
Both would hit.
and then, well, no, that's with disadvantage. But then it's a 9 plus 7, so that's a 16, and then it's a 13 plus 7, so that's a 20.
They'd still hit.
So they both hit.
So roll me 2 lots of damage for that.
10. So that's a 10 plus, so 14 plus 5, so that's 19 damage. Force
Right.
damage.
And that brings us to your turn, Adair. What do you want to do?
I am down to 1 hit point.
Why are you still standing?
It's a good thing that Mira Torvald attacked the bear.
So, first thing I'm going to do is wild shape into a brown bear.
Seeing as you were barely alive.
That's right. And I am going to step into the pond, knowing full well that I will probably take a couple of attacks when I do that.
Well, as you step back into the pond, Mira Torvald and Mira Aldous, if you wish to take attack of opportunities, you can. Aldous, you can't use a spell for it, though, so I don't know if you would.
She has a hand axe out, right?
Yes, she does.
That's a total of 6.
Does not hit, I don't think.
No, that would not hit then.
Torvald can take an unarmed strike. You ready for this?
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you're ready for this.
Probably not.
Torvald's strength is legendary.
It is legendary. It's an 8 to hit.
That misses as well.
And if it does hit, it's 0 damage. So,
So,
in case you were wondering,
oh, little weakling.
go there, bear. He just smacks it in the backside, like as it's going by.
Now I have to ask
Game.
this. Since I still have concentration on my spells, do the bears exist after I go through the portal?
You don't know.
Good. If they do, they would continue to fight. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, you don't know what. I mean, the bears. I mean, the bears were in that realm to begin with. What happens to them when you leave? You don't know. What happens if they
in
die
the
there?
face stays
Stays in the Fae.
So, the 4 of you minus Adair. Well, who stepped into the pool first? Ira, wasn't it? Ira, you come up to the surface of of the pool, and I'd like you to roll me a d20, please. 11. Okay, so you come up to the surface, back in this grove where you had originally departed from sometime previously, and it is all is still, all is quiet, and time passes. It seems to stretch on for a long while, and then Torvald breaks the surface of the water.
Can he speak? He tries to speak.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
You can speak again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well.
Oh, what if I said no? That would have been a fun game.
But I appreciate you not messing with me.
Of course.
That was hard enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll kind of climb out of the water. I was trying to get everyone to understand that we needed to kill our mere selves so a piece of our soul wasn't left behind. But
I don't mind too much.
And then Aldous pops up from the surface of the water
I think
with a
having
wet
a
cat
little,
clinging to her.
I think having a little piece of my soul out there is kind of like a fun little reminder. I don't know.
I get up onto the shore and then I start petting Sindri and I'm drying her off quickly.
So what you're
Welcome.
saying is you'd like to have a little piece of you out there, so some sort of legacy.
Oh no, not necessarily. I just think it's kind of like if something bad could happen, it's like a little challenge. I don't know.
Oh.
I guess I didn't really think about it, to be honest, now that I'm talking about it.
I was thinking something that could kind of carry on your legacy after you're gone, you know?
Well, I've been gone once, so I don't care too much if I have a legacy remaining when I think about it.
I see.
Do you?
I've thought about it many times before, and well, it's not a discussion for now, I don't think.
Well, I hope we
And
can
at
talk
this-
about it again.
As this discussion is going on, Krasara emerges from the water.
Oh, okay. And
Welcome back.
I'll swim to the edge. Oh, it turns out my mirror self is every bit as awesome as I am, so I just kind of left her there.
Her looks are quite disarming, wouldn't you say?
I'm gonna throw you back in that pool. Apparently that was my fault. Now I gotta hope the Miss King will give me the shard back. That's not gonna happen. She's just gonna be disarmed forever.
So what you're saying is giving a piece of your soul to someone was probably a bad idea.
Well, when your soul is living and talking and walking around in another realm without an arm, yes. But before this knowledge, no.
I think it was probably still a bad idea.
He did warn me that my sister was in danger, so it was the only thing I had to give in thanks. I didn't really think, this is a piece of my soul.
You then hear splashing from the pool, and
Oh, I hope it's a bear.
it's a bear.
Hopefully he's
Large brown bear.
Adair, is that you?
I'm going to come up onto the shore and then shake violently the water off of my fur everywhere.
I think he's still having a temper tantrum.
You smell like a wet dog.
I will turn around and just give her the nastiest bear look possible.
Grr.
I guess no one should tell him he looks like a wet dog.
And with that, I will shape back into my form with all of my wounds and everything and just sit down on the ground and pout.
Adair, you're right. You look awful.
Oh,
What happened to you?
You picked a fight and I decided to finish it.
even after
So-
we all left?
You killed all of them then?
I don't honestly know.
Okay. Well, you can't really say you finished a fight if you ran away before the end of it.
Thanks, Torvald. You're always there for that last moment pick-me-up.
Aye. Speaking of, do you need any help there?
I think I'll be fine on my own. Thank you.
All right, whatever you say.
Should one of us go back through and see if he really did kill all of our souls, since we decided we were going to leave them?
I
Well-
don't think it's important.
If I didn't, you probably don't want to go back through. Aldous looked fairly angry when I left.
Aye. We know she's got a temper. There was that one time with that guy, and
And she blew the hole through his chest. Yes. And there were bears there, too.
Yeah, now that you mention that, ooh, yeah, that was... Maybe we don't make her very angry. I don't think we'd like it when she's angry.
agreed.
Yes, this green rage seems to fill her and come pouring out.
She did have... Yeah.
I see you have returned.
Aye. It's quite interesting.
Well, and all in one piece. Your sister just left.
All right.
Is this banana?
Yes, sorry. I thought I had brought her up, but no, I had not.
I remember the voice she used for her last time, so... I figured
That's why I
that
was thinking it was banana, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, wrong guy. Wrong one. Hang on. That one.
Yeah, that picture's not right anymore. She doesn't have that diamond.
You're gonna have to redraw
Oh. Look, she's not there anyway. That was the wrong one. I was trying to click on the right thing. Yeah, no, she doesn't have that diamond. I have to redraw it. All the pictures are wrong. That's a different diamond she's found to fill the whole of the
It's a-
priceless one. That
It's
it's like
a
a bit of glass.
cubic zirconia.
Yeah, made out of
Yeah.
paste.
it.
You were gone not as long as I expected, in fact. It's only been a couple of hours.
Oh. Well, that's fortunate, isn't it?
Well, yes, you could have ended up being years. Now, I took the liberty of packing up some supplies for you. I placed them on your boat.
Well, that's greatly appreciated. We should probably head out in the morning.
Yes. You probably should. I do not think it would be safe for you to stay here too much longer.
And why do you say
Aye.
that?
I looked to the future while you were gone. My gifts are not always reliable. Sometimes all they can do is give you an idea of the best and worst possible decisions you're about to make. And their suggestion was that if you remained here, things would go badly. Whereas if you left, things looked better.
All right, I guess we'll go then.
Should we wait till morning or leave now?
The choice is yours. I'm not throwing you out. I'm merely advising that you possibly shouldn't tarry here too much longer.
So we can go to the mountains now.
If that's where the next piece is,
Yes, it's in a castle.
well, good. Apparently I need stones to build a freaking temple, so I'll take the stones and you get the thing.
Sounds lovely.
All right. Well, what time is it? Do we know?
It is afternoon.
Roughly 4:17 p.m.
4:17
if we were guessing.
Eastern Standard Time. IST, Isfjell Standard Time.
It's 4:17 in the afternoon, yes.
Well, we'll head out first thing in the morning then. I think Adair could use a rest here. He looks a little under the weather.
He looks a little pouty.
I'm
Well,
beat.
too.
I'm beat. What can I say?
I'll leave you to your rest, and good luck on the rest of your journey.
Adair will try to get her attention before she walks away. You speak with her privately for a moment.
Of course. She's happy to, step aside, find a quiet section of the grove. Yeah. Yes, Adair?
About your offer to stay and learn more about the dreaming and the Fae.
It's still very much open. There's
I-
a place here for you.
I appreciate it and I respectfully decline.
Are you sure? This circle, I feel, has much it could teach you if you wished.
Maybe as things change, but at the moment, as little as I have to do with the Fae, the better.
They can be tiresome at times, but on the whole, I believe they are a force for good.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
Well, as I said, the offer is open. And remember that should you ever need help, my name has a lot of sway even in other druidic circles.
I appreciate that gratefully. Thank you.
She nods and leaves you to your rest. And you are all able to get a good night's rest, so feel free to take off your long rests now. I'm not going to do anything devious. Not this time.
Mm-hmm.
Not in
You
the
got a
middle
long
of
flight ahead of you.
conclave.
Torvald, I do have a favor to ask.
What can I do for you?
If this emissary from the Mist King really does appear, please do not send them away.
All right.
I chose mostly for you, almost entirely 99.9% for you, chose not to go through the door.
All right. I'll do that for you. I won't send them away.
Send them to me, please. If you happen to see them first.
All right.
Thank you.
And then
So,
we'll sleep.
yes. So unless anyone else has anything they should do that evening, we'll pick up the next morning as you prepare to head off. And the very important question here is, where are you going?
Going to the castle where the next piece is, I guess.
So you have a general sense that it's west. I'm talking more about in the immediate sort of like looking at the map, flying now. Which heading are you taking? Due west, northwest, southwest?
Do we have any other information about
look
this
at
place?
Ira.
You know from tales and stories that the giants and their castles and things are said to be in the uttermost west.
Uttermost west?
Other than that, this map here is merely for player. Your characters do not have an accurate map of realms
Well,
beyond Isfjell.
Yeah.
You've got a gist of the sense of some of the places out here, but you are all further than, well, even apart from perhaps Adair, none of you have sort of been this far west ever, and even Adair, this is a long way west for you.
Ira, doesn't your you said your family does shipping and passenger ships. Do you think maybe we could, you know anything, or maybe we can find a map?
So Ira, you would know a little more about the general sort of lay of the land. You know that there's the Empire, there's Eldenra, there's the marshes, there's a place called Tilafen, and then there's beyond that is what's known as the Western Wastes, which is a collection of petty kingdoms, the ruins of an old dwarven kingdom. It's a dangerous place with giants and monsters, and it's not the kind of place where they have any kind of trading stops. So the furthest west a trading stop you'd know of would probably be Eris or Yezovan in Tilafen, which is, yeah, that's the sort of furthest west your company would, your parents' company would trade.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If we go west, southwest, there's a place. That I maybe.
Well, what if we stopped at maybe one of the trading centers? Maybe they've got a map that we could buy, or
That
I
would
don't
be
know.
it. Tilfin.
Tilfin?
Yes, I think. I don't remember if my family goes there.
They do. They have done in the past. They do go there.
No,
yes.
Ira doesn't remember.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know if that was, you don't remember. Or...
Yep.
Yeah.
Her brain is messed up.
Sorry. I will.
No, you're totally good.
Getting in the way of the RP.
All right. Well, I guess we'll head out that way then, and
To Tilfin.
Till yes. Southwest. Yes. And my family, you said they do ships? Sure. They probably go there.
Oh, that's right. You can't remember everything at the moment.
No. I remember you guys. I remember meeting.
I'm sorry.
I remember I have twin brothers. And yes, we do ships. And that's about it. For now, sorry.
Well,
but I know we need to go to a castle. And Iris seems kind of torn up about not being able to remember, but she's like hanging in there. She's
Aldous looks sad, and then she just gives Ira a hug. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just happy to be back.
And we're happy to have you back. Well, we best get going. We don't want to linger too long here.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
Because has it been long enough that counts as a long rest or not? I just want to know what to do because I'm either going to heal myself some or take the long
Having
rest.
taken this is the next morning, so
I just wanted to make sure
yeah, you've
between
you've
our
had a
previous
long
one
rest,
that it
yeah.
was more. Also, before we leave, I would like to leave a letter written for Petula Nana, and I'll get that to you later, but it'll be written in
Okay.
Druidic as well.
All right. Secret messages.
Wait, so I'm sorry, I stepped away a little bit. We came back. It's the same day, just a few hours.
This is the next
No,
day.
next day.
This is the
morning.
next
This
day.
is the next morning.
That means why I am having so much troubles with names right now.
Diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum-dum. As we'll get back to diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum, diddle-dum-dum-dum. Torvald, your stone is ringing.
Uh,
I need to
This
give them different
again.
ringtones now so that I can.
It's
hello.
This is Quaith again. Where can we meet you? Keep it short and clear. Over.
going to Tilfin.
Hilfin, very west.
Heading west to Tilfin, north of the Mirror Sea. Right after large forest. A very large forest.
I know that you meant it's directly after the large forest, but I was imagining that after the large forest, turn right.
When you reach the large forest, turn left.
Recalculating.
Make a U-turn. Get the hell out of here.
There's no response because there is no response, but
Well, I hope that worked that time.
Do you think? Do you think sending them to the middle of a large city is going to be a good idea, considering they do look a little different and
it's okay. It's not like they burnt down any towns or kidnapped anyone.
Wait, there's a second stone. Use that one and tell them to bring disguises.
I don't think that's wise. Let's just get on our way.
We'll hold on to it for now.
I've got one too. I don't know who it goes to though.
You should just try for fun.
See, Crink calls.
And we
Crink
will
calls.
we will take off, heading west.
do you have a badger in your refrigerator?
Don't give me ideas.
Okay. So just to be clear, you're heading to Tilafan?
Tilfin.
Tilfan.
Tilfen.
Also, of note, I still have a mysterious coin in my inventory.
Yes, you do.
Don't know what that means.
It's
Iris,
mysterious.
Iris is the holder of many things that she shouldn't
Well,
be.
That's because of the bag of withholding.
I like the idea that you're looking through your pockets going,
What's this?
I don't
Whoops.
remember picking this up.
Strange.
You've got the perfect excuse now for anything you've forgotten where the hell it came from.
All right, who's flying?
Not it.
I don't know where we're going. Ira? Do you want to fly, or should we just try?
Ooh, I don't know if I remember. I'll try. She'll sit in the chair.
You think you got this?
Yeah, I did it enough times.
Yeah, the bar is low, but make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Yeah.
Woo. Let's see. It's a 12.
You got this.
Cool. Tuffin. she'll go. I definitely imagine it's shaky a little bit.
It shakes a little, and as it ascends upwards, and the druids watch you go, and you see some of them wave. Some of the ones that spent a little more time, perhaps helping you learn rituals and generally relaxing with you. But you ascend up above the trees of the forest and head west, and it is a long way to Tilafen. But as the Cloud Maiden soars outwards over the forest, I think that is a little early, but I think that's a good point to end.
Mhm.
Because otherwise I might attack you as dragons, and then that becomes a whole
Yeah,
thing.
nope.
Let's do it.
Shut her down. Good night.
We need it. We need the money.
We
We've
could
got
have had her.
how many temples do we have to build? We need the money.
But we could
More
have had
than
our
one.
own bar. Could have had our own bar, and Adair screwed it up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Our own bar serving what? Torvald's ale?
Nope, unlimited, unending ale in a cup that Adair threw overboard.
Actually, Adair would go for some of Torvald's ale right now.
Torvald will begin brewing some ale as we're flying.
There we go.
But as we finish it early, because I think that seems like a good point to talk. Does anyone has any questions or any what the hell are you on about moments? Because
I've got
feel
one.
free to ask.
I've got one question. What did I ever do to you?
Hey, Mr. Storyteller.
No, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Should,
It's
maybe
awesome.
take
I love it. I love it.
Take the log out of your own eye before you take a splinter out of someone else's, huh?
You
Yeah.
turned me into a hideous plant monster.
Oh, well,
Revenge.
that's
wanna-
that's true.
No, I liked that. That was fun.
I don't know what the decorum is on this channel, but do we want to shout out any other streams that's going on or anything happening in the Discord?
Yeah, what are the
Okay.
mistakes?
I don't know.
Tomorrow they're actually going live.
Yes,
with
the vampire people.
vampire games.
Something about vampires.
Mhm.
Something. And if anyone who's not seen it, it's very entertaining. I stayed up way too late.
It is. It's
Watching
great.
Drama.
It's great.
So
They're
much drama.
entering into chapter 3 of this story, and things are just. I think the thing on Discord that said repeatedly is it's a floating dumpster fire as it
I love
goes.
that.
It's awesome.
It's a splendid fire when you can't help but watch.
Yep. Yep. It's really good.
And if you want to check out anything else that they're doing or that they are, a part of, you can join the Discord. I don't have chat open right now.
There is a link in the chat.
I
Yep,
just
there's
did the
link
link
already.
a moment ago.
Yes. Yes. Thank you to the wonderful Tam who has put up with me sending him last minute things.
And taking my mother away from me, and then taking my other parents away from me, and taking my entire belief system away from me. It's all cool.
It's actually kind of revenge because Sage. I paid her to do that.
Oh, well, that will explain. And I notice your arm is missing. Yes, and one of our characters couldn't speak for a while.
And
Yep.
I completely forgot that I was going to throw in a deer with a monocle on. I forgot.
Save that.
It was
Don't
on
tell
my
us.
list-
Save that. It's awesome.
It was on my list of notes of things to gather in the phone.
There is a cast call out on the Discord for members of the Discord, and hopefully Shanky doesn't mind me saying this. I assume it's okay. If you're in the Discord, there is a casting call for a Wraith game that will be upcoming, and Wraith is a very dark Chronicles of Darkness game.
It's so cool. It sounds so cool.
Yep. So might want to look into that.
apparently it makes Black Death look like rainbows and sunshine.
I-
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays,
Death.
Rainbows and Sunshine. We have Black
Yeah.
Death on Tuesdays, and
then vignettes on Wednesdays, right?
and vignettes on Wednesdays. That's correct. So
Yes.
the entire
We have
schedule
so
is, of
much
course,
stuff.
available on Discord. Yeah, a lot coming on, going on. Come join us in chat. We love to chat. Every once in a while, we have video games going on in the evening. We love to kill zombies, so come join us for that as well. But come join us in
Actually,
chat.
we can save you a whole lot of money. Just disconnect your TVs and only watch McStabber Studios.
Well,
We can
I
save
mean,
you
There
so
you
much
go.
money.
we should shout out Lawful Stupid. They are starting
Yes.
to go live with some new games.
Yep.
So check them out. I don't know the exact
And-
schedules for them.
No.
I think they've got Aeroth is coming back
Aeroth-
on Sundays, but I think that's early in the day because it is based in the UK time period.
It's based in earlier than the UK time period, I think. Or it was.
Yes.
Yes. So it's earlier in the day because it's.
Yep.
Uh,
So, and then tonight is Party Fall back.
we look to our party for we have spies on the goings on in Party Foul.
A couple of our
So-
significant others are in
Yes, yeah.
Party Foul. So if you want some more D&D, that's on Mendari's channel. Mendarii.
Yes.
Yes.
Mendari. Her channel tonight at 7 Eastern.
And if you're on the Discord, you will get stream announcements for a lot of the things that Extabber Studios follows as well, like Macabre Derek. If you like the dark, you like the vampire, you like the horror stuff, Macabre Derek. He makes me seem like a kindly old grandpa, which is kind of cool.
Oh, crap.
Well, then I think I need to start tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the nice, lovely DM around these parts. Like everyone else, like I'm the nice one.
You need to do their slurp. Do the slurp. These people haven't heard the slurp.
I'm saving that for months. Yes.
Uh-oh.
We're back
Uh-oh.
next week and in the future with this week was more a sort of a establishing some key goings on, moving our sort of plot lines forwards. But I can promise more ridiculous monster noises and
Great.
likely aerial battles. Because if there's a
Yeah, we
flying
need
ship-
more of those. We need more of those.
And-
We're in a
Yeah,
flying
it's
ship.
super fun.
Yeah. So next week we will find out what our players encounter as they venture west. There's a lot of land yet to go before they reach the land of giants, and the skies are not always safe, and the ground beneath, well, may present
Quite
troubles
hard.
of its own as they pass above the lands of Tilafen, which is a lovely and delightful place, and definitely not full of cults, really pissed off dwarves, and shenanigans.
All right.
Awesome.
That
Should be
sounds
fun.
Like fun.
Or it'll just be people getting drunk on a boat. I don't know.
And if you have any information about the parentage of a dare, there's a 10
Call
gold
our
piece.
hotline.
There is a 10 gold piece reward. Send your stuff.
Please call this stone.
I have an address at Penis Falls, so just feel free to send me a letter there, and we'll take that
He's got a
information.
PF box. Penis Falls box.
Thank you. Perfect.
I've had
PF box
it-
69.
it has been solved. Dan has solved it. Apparently, Sir Warren is your father.
That's
Sir
scary.
Warren.
Okay, so we're going
Yeah,
like
I'm not
cross.
surprised by that.
We're
I'm
doing
not
like
surprised by that.
We're
at
doing
all.
the
He's everyone's father.
McStabber's cinematic universe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's now its
Oh,
own
goodness.
universe.
The MCU, if you will.
Awesome. Now,
Well
if
played,
somebody
sir.
could Save
Well
my
played.
freaking daughter. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, she's gonna show up in Black Death.
Probably.
Good.
She'll be there. Like you're in the wrong universe.
We've already got Twitch from DC by Night showing up in it, so we're doing all right.
Mhm.
There you go.
I feel Isfjell might be looked out of any crossovers due to the magic pun threshold compared to.
It's high there.
But yeah, anyway, thank you very much to everyone who joined us, everyone who followed us.
Thank you.
Same time next week, hopefully with less technical difficulties at the beginning. And maybe I'll finish the mid-roll so Tam can actually get a proper break. Maybe I won't. We'll find out.
Who knows?
All right.
Until next time.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Bye.
Bye.